This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life.
Welcome to Dead Radio.
We're not doing that.
How did she come to have sex with a dead man?
Don't call me Radio Unit 91.
You're a dead man. You're a dead man!
He's God here in this radio station.
Place where the dead speak.
Rebel Radio!
I'm a fake? Yes. How'd you like to be dead?
You ever think about doing radio?
My team is dead!
But you're not crazy. You're me. And this is just radio.
By the powers vested in me by the Federal Communications Commission, I command you to get on the microphone in a serious manner and continue this broadcast.
All right. Had to provide our guests with some last-minute refreshments.
So many beverages.
Before we started the show. Wanted to be polite. I have a bad habit of just... I used to be very good when people would come in and I put out waters and
Yeah.
Now I just kind of just forget.
What do you want?
We just don't forget.
What do you want?
All of this repetition stuff just all of a sudden falls apart for me. I don't know. I'm very happy when I'm efficient. But
appreciate
sometimes
it.
I
I can't miss. These are all my favorite things. And one makes the other two, so it's cool.
Oh, no. That's not what we're doing. Hi, everyone. Episode 203. Off and running. We're going back to that.
What'd you switch to for a while there?
I have no idea. Again, it's like things
You
that we
said
do
off to
just
the
all of a
races
sudden
once.
fall off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I came up with a bunch. There was a string of I don't know. It was probably 3 months of me trying out something to introduce the show, and it just doesn't.
Tonight.
It doesn't work. Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Well, it's like how Joe Rogan says, and we're live.
And we're live.
Every
Yeah.
single
I
time.
don't, it's and I do my all right.
Just stay away from the freak bitches and.
Yeah. It was tough at first, but I think we've carved our own little path. But welcome everybody. This week it's a big deal.
Yeah.
We're
cheating on Tanner.
Yeah, we're cheating on Tanner. We're starting or stopping a potential turf war. Coffee turf war.
No, it's all love.
What did I call it in the post?
It's like a little East Coast West Coast rivalry, you know?
A Venti-sized turf war is what I call it.
Oh, damn. A friend of my the enemy of my enemy.
We were working at we have to clear the air. Adam and I both work at the Crafted Cup at 44 Raymond Avenue in Poughkeepsie, New York. They are a premier sponsor of ours. But
great coffee. Go get it.
We also do support other local coffee shops.
Well, you guys got a great local roaster program,
Mm-hmm.
which features other, local connoisseurs of caffeinated quantities, and
it's just too bad that we just polished off your stuff.
That's okay. It's all gone. That's what matters.
Yeah, now they've got to go to your establishment.
If it sat on the shelf and you're like, can I return this? And I'd be like, oh man, it's like that.
So our guest this week is Patrick Grind from the Poughkeepsie Grind.
Dig it.
What is your last name?
McGuire.
McGuire.
MC Guire. That's it.
MC Guire.
So Irish then?
I just a wee bit.
So you guys are the Poughkeepsie Grind.
That's
You're on
us.
Main Street in Poughkeepsie, specifically 107 Main Street. In
107.
I have notes. And we carried your coffee. We carried the medium roast, and we just finished the Poughkeepsie. Is that how you say it again? Poughkeepsie?
Peruvian.
I can't remember.
Are you? Was it Roxanne's Red Light? Is the official title?
That was okay. That was the one. Yeah. And we just finished off that one. Really enjoyed it. A lot of other people did too.
Cool.
And my favorite, before getting into this business, I was just an engineer. I did this stuff.
Cool.
Building studios, wiring and shit like that, and it drove me nuts. So I had to leave.
Did you drink coffee while you were doing it though?
A lot, but not I didn't think of it. We just
Right.
drank shitty ass coffee because it's cheap and.
I worked retail. It was Starbucks daily.
Yeah, man. I'd stop if I.
Sorry about the company card zoomies. It's my fault. I didn't know that wasn't breakfast.
Yeah, I do this, on the throughway and everything, driving around, going to this place and that place.
That's where my
shit.
Starbucks was that I worked at.
Yeah.
On the throughway.
Which one?
Pattersonville.
Okay.
Shout out to HMS host.
Yeah, I've probably visited that one and amongst every single other one.
For sure.
There's a good Moe's in the Medina one, near Medina, I think it is. But
I'm going to take your word for that one.
But before I got, when I first got into it, I knew absolute dick about coffee. And now it's kind of, once you get into it and once you start understanding everything about it, it changes you.
Yeah.
Like, I can't have a bad cup of coffee. I mean,
Yeah.
I can choke one down.
You can have a bad cup, but you're going to analyze it like it was a good cup of coffee.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. I need more milk, more sugar. Just make it into a milkshake, and I'll drink it down because I need the caffeine.
I had I stopped at K&D. I was like, I'm getting an egg sandwich today, and so I stopped at K&D Deli, and I got like a regular cup of coffee, and it's like Green Mountain coffee or something. It's not like a real bad one.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I believe it's still sitting in my cup holder.
Oh,
I had like 2 sips of it and was like, nah, I'll just wait till I get home.
Yeah. I
So-
buy from the shop. So and
Yeah.
that's what I
I live
that's what
within
get.
like a small radius of the shop, so there's really no other option for me.
No.
I just breathe this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's the same way. When I started the cafe, it was really out of just a necessity of workspace, less so a love of coffee directly, which kind of blossomed into roasting this, but the same. It's just kind of a hobby or an infatuation, if you will, for first dates, coffee shop lifestyle, things like that. But then getting into it, I had no idea about the palate tasting,
it's kind of wild.
different roasts, like taking this same bean and doing it 3 different ways to be like, oh, okay, you can burn this stuff. So
Well, we just we have a French press here, so we're going to be tasting different.
pour it. I hope it's not. Not going any further.
It's
Let it go.
Here.
Yeah,
There's your
that's,
cup.
that's going to be plenty.
So
Get
this
in
is
there.
the Ethiopian.
This is a fair trade, organic, Ethiopian Ergachev. It's a lot of people say it's probably a little premature, if anything. This is the
Yurgashev
most
or Ergachev?
Ergachev.
I call it the
I say
Yurgasherfi.
Ergachev. Ergachev. Ask Siri.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
just say light roast.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I would love to have this one have an extra day or two if I was really going to be snobby about it, because I can now.
Mhm.
But it usually has like a good blueberry taste 2 or 3 days after you roast it.
It's not as hot as I thought it was going to be.
A little over on this French press, and we were still working on the ratio before we went live
yeah,
here.
we're just kind of like,
How many baristas does it take to make a coffee? The world may never know.
But, like, all right, for instance, here we go. When people talk about coffee and you think of baristas and like coffee snobs kind of people and everything like that. But if you actually learn about what coffee tastes like and what you're going to get from it, you get all this. It just wakes up your senses. When I was pouring it and even tasting it now, peanut butter is the first thing that pops in my head.
For sure.
Peanut butter and blueberry. I think was I there when you guys were tasting this? I can't remember. There's so many tastes.
This was pretty new. We had a Rwanda you guys wanted, but we sold out of it by the time the order came through. Right. But it's back, and I brought a sample. So
goody. But yeah, it's a peanut butter and blueberries, and it's funny because when we have guest roasters up. We put the tasting notes on it just to give people an idea what they're getting into.
Dum-dums think it's flavored coffee.
Yeah, like
do you guys have like a hazelnut?
It's part of my spiel. Oh, we also have our guest roaster. These are the tasting notes here. This is not what's in the coffee. This is just the flavor the beans give off.
But
and
my
then
cappuccino's half empty.
And they screw up their face like, what does that mean?
Yeah, it's just like.
It's not
I'll
sweet
usually
at
go,
all.
like, you know how when
This
you
is
go to a
fucking
wine,
good,
you
though.
go to a
I like
wine
this a lot.
tasting and you get notes of pear. There's
Right.
not actually pears in it; it's just grapes.
Yeah.
It's a way to describe the flavors, but you know,
You guys
you can't
got
fix
like a
stupid.
hot pour.
So
Mine's not as hot as yours. Is yours hot?
you have a different type of milk.
Mine's hot.
That's a porcelain mug.
Oh wow, mine cooled it down.
Yeah,
real
it's gonna
fast.
suck the heat right
This
out.
is not porcelain. This is bone china.
Bone china.
Whoa.
That's porcelain.
No,
It's not
porcelain.
legal in
Oh,
48 states.
And my
Yeah, and it's known to cause cancer in the state of California.
Oh, drink up, buddy.
yeah, but I'm the
But
only
we're not in
one.
California, so you're fine.
Right?
Yeah, this is really good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
This
I like
is
it a lot.
the one that we had at the shop was the Roxanne's red.
Yes.
one,
Yeah, the
right?
Peruvian.
Yeah.
Really rich, kind of like chocolatey almost.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Good mouthfeel.
When they did the tasting, I wasn't privy to it because I'm not in the cool guy club, so I didn't get to taste it. But there was a whole bunch of like samples left over.
Yeah,
and
there was
I'm
like
not gonna
3
tur-
AirPods, I think, or something
I'm
like
not
that.
going to turn. Well, I didn't even try it brewed, but there was samples in the back.
Oh,
that,
for sure.
Like just take them.
Yeah, whatever
I'm not
samples.
passing up free coffee.
Yeah.
So usually all of those samples, they're there because nobody liked them sometimes.
Mhm.
So I just grab whatever I can, and then it goes down into my Airbnb. And I ran out of coffee. And I was like, oh, got that downstairs. Went down there. I was like, I'm not putting this back. So
This doesn't go
yeah,
bad.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I was very surprised by it, especially because I hadn't heard of you guys, and I
Thanks, man.
didn't put it together that Illuminated Coffee was.
Yeah, I did like
Poughkeepsie Grind.
a second brand. I didn't think like the Poughkeepsie Grind Coffee Company was just a mouthful.
Yeah.
But it just gives me more like brand opportunity for like merchandising, things like that.
Yeah.
Things like that.
What? So did you? It seemed to me, I was just reading information about the shop. It seemed to me that you started the cafe first,
Mhm.
and then went into roasting. Is that
Yeah, about
accurate or?
maybe like 6 months to a year after we opened, we
Okay.
started roasting coffee. Just kind of a means to an end as far as financials go to keep it moving through the first year. I have never owned a restaurant, never worked in the food industry. I came from a retail background. So opening this place,
Quite a shock, isn't it?
I know, oh my god!
And you own a place. I just work at one.
No, oh man, I love the industry. I got a whole new group of friends, but after, I mean, the one thing I learned from coming from a corporate background, I guess, was to be critical of all the data, statistics. So once I finally got to look at the financials and try to figure out how I was going to make it through losing more money, and then for a whole other year. Roasting my own coffee was kind of one of those things that stood out. So to take a stab at it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
It was kind of more necessity.
Yeah, I
than
wouldn't
anything.
think that. I wouldn't think that would be it. Like I would think that the equipment be expensive. It's a lot of time expenditure, but
I've been told
there's
that
that much of a markup.
I'm a math
from-
guy, and when it adds up on paper,
So there's that much of a markup between a raw coffee bean and a final roasted product, huh?
Yeah, I can imagine. I think so,
Yeah.
but depending on quantity or what you're
Yeah.
really sourcing, you guys do try to do fair trade organic stuff as well. So I know-
We pretty exclusively do.
Exactly, us as well.
I mean, I can't speak to our guest roasters. I don't know if every single one has been, but
I think every
They were pretty adamant about it when they were taking that
Okay,
stuff.
yeah. Then I just didn't want to speak out of turn because
I think every single one. There has been a couple here and there, but they didn't make the cut anyway. So it just that doesn't necessarily have any bearing on whether or not we choose. But when people see it, fair trade.
Yeah, a lot of people.
lets them
Yeah,
breathe
a lot
easy.
Of people
It really
do.
helps.
A lot of people do when they order. They're like, "Oh, I'll have an organic drip," and it's like, "Well, actually, all of our coffees are organic. So which one would you
You've
like?"
eliminated
and they're
nothing.
usually,
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, okay, I'll have a Yerga."
The blue one.
Yeah. So,
number 2, please.
yeah. What size would you like? A Venti.
Grande.
But
yeah, I mean that's pretty much how I ended up doing the coffee roasting, and I want to make sure the product's great. So it took me a while to get it off the ground and build the brand a little bit more, do the graphic design, and I only just started engaging the wholesale market just since you guys were probably the second person maybe to hit us up about it. So.
Excuse me, sir. There are grinds in my coffee.
well,
Jumping on Yelp
there definitely
right
is
now.
because I tripped over fucking Alistair coming down the stairs, and all the grinds just kind of went floop out of
But
the top.
it's really good. And
It's
I don't.
coming, it's
I
coming around as
generally-
it cools down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's nice.
generally don't
Yeah,
drink
there's a
black coffee either.
It's a funny thing. When I poured it and you guys started drinking it, I got like a cold sip. I guess it was just like the top or whatever.
Hmm.
And I was was like, wow, that's actually really nice. As it cools down, it gets even richer.
Yeah, I guess
nice.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I guess you're supposed to taste it at a cooler temperature rather than piping hot.
Yeah, it has to do with your taste buds being,
Yeah.
neutralizing parts of your taste buds and blah, 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 blah. But sometimes you just don't have the time to forget.
Yeah, I can't go that far down the rabbit hole. I'm just, you keep that.
I went to a local coffee shop. I happened to be in the town that they are in. I'm not bringing a third coffee shop on the show right now. I'm not mentioning a third one, but
your time will come.
I asked the guy at the counter. I was like, you got pour over. It's a pain in the ass, right? And he's like, nah, it's not a pain in the ass. And I'm like, I work at a coffee shop. It's a pain in the ass, right?
So
and he's just like, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Just give me a drip. It's fine. And a shot so I can taste both.
So here's my procedure when I worked at Starbucks. So we'll talk about that. Somebody orders a pour over. So I make the pour over. It's pouring. And then I promptly forget about it. Then the person complains and says, can I get my coffee? And I go, oh, that's definitely cold by now. Let me redo it. Then I promptly forget about it again.
No.
Then I will either give them their drink for free or just give them a drip coffee if they're not looking.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's like at that point, the person's been waiting 10 minutes already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's like a line out the door. I got a fucking drive-through headset on, people barking in my
1
ear.
second.
Yeah. There's timers going off. It's a fucking nightmare, that place.
Yeah, I mean, working at the throughway rest stop Starbucks was one of my first gigs, and that was kind of my introduction to coffee culture. But the people that are at that Starbucks aren't necessarily your normal Starbucks customer. I'm just on the throughway. I'm a truck driver.
I just want a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I'm on a tourist
Did you get
bus.
a lot of, I just want a regular coffee.
And I get the cappuccino, and this is not a cappuccino. I push the button at the gas station all the time. This is not that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. You want the powder mixed cappuccino? I got you.
Well,
what was the? I'm really like I'm starting to get into. I'm very curious about roasting and everything like that too. So I'm gonna have a lot of questions about that because first of all, where the fuck do you get green beans?
Internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York City is a great port. I mean, just having one of the biggest cities in the world right there. There's a place out of New Jersey which sources it direct from all these different farms, fair trade, organic, whatever kind of credentials you're looking for. I've been meaning to get down there myself, but it's just a warehouse that stockpiles all this. They'll tell you where it is at the farm, on a boat, at the store. And that specific band, I'll give you some information after the show if you want.
Please, because I just want to try it in my air popper for myself.
Yeah.
No other reason other than just learn
Andy's
how to
got
do it.
that tabletop electric roaster.
Yeah.
You could borrow.
Oh,
He said he barely ever uses it.
But then I'd have to talk to him.
Yeah,
I could barely
really
understand.
difficult.
I can't understand what the fucking
He's a Scottish
thing,
gentleman.
Yeah,
No.
I can't understand a word he says.
Hi, Lade.
But yeah, I was kind of while I was researching the shop and just getting all my information straight, I fell down the rabbit hole of looking up green coffee beans, and I just typed in Amazon unroasted coffee beans, and whoop, a bunch of shit came up that was just Japanese. So then I'm like, great, and then now I Google how to buy unroasted, and then I just went down this spiral.
I was having a hard time finding it originally as well. The green coffee beans is like hard to search for some reason. It's like
because they do the green coffee bean extracts and supplements and
like
stuff like
if you
that.
type wholesale is a good
Starbucks
keyword because most of it comes up.
Yeah. What?
Starbucks refreshers.
What are the? Oh, it's
made
like
with green coffee beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, people are just like, is there caffeine in this? Oh yeah, like 4 times as much as a cold brew.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're not roasted at all. So
Right.
It's just
pure. It's something like
pure
it's something
cocaine.
like 200 milligrams of caffeine in one of those
You
things.
like coffee? Have you tried crack?
Yeah.
No. I'll take one, please.
What was the first? What was the first bean that you roasted?
Colombian. I guess I figured I couldn't miss with just
the old standby.
You know what everybody expects anyway. So I was like, okay, people are used to drinking this coffee all sorts of different ways. I'll start here, but I burned so many, and I probably bought like $2,000 worth of beans, and then burned a quarter of it just trying to figure it out. And then, I mean, now it's at the point where I know at least a good range of what the people who the the wholesaler suggests their roast. They're really good. They taste every profile and they'll tell you which ones are great. And I can start somewhere in the middle and still be able to serve it and then get feedback and then try to tweak it up or down from there. So we have a lot of fun, but
Well, it's kind of neat if you're just like, as a customer, you could go, I wish this was a little less this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty honest. You know,
yeah.
I'm not going to tell you it's finished. I'll just put it up as like a demo or whatever. And then if people are curious, they'll have a chance to drink it and they feel like they're participating. So everybody wins. You know?
Cool.
Yeah, Columbia. And I was just going through, scrolling through, is telling me what's gonna taste.
It's
like what, and I
25,000.
was
That's
just
not
like,
bad.
Fuck yeah,
I'll take one. Add to cart.
I want to do a Kenyan. That's the one I looked up.
Yeah.
Kenyan. I haven't
Kenyan
tried that
double
yet.
A.
I have a Papua New Guinea right now.
Ooh.
I haven't really Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Papua
We just like
New
to
Guinea.
talk about Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, a band we
Make
had
up
on here had
stories,
a very successful tour there.
Okay.
Yeah. They got Giardia.
Is that a disease?
Yeah.
That's
It
unfortunate.
makes you poop a lot. Yeah.
I mean, if you're in
Vomit
weight
too?
loss, that's
Oh
okay.
yeah. It's an amoebic disease. So like it's tainted water.
Mm.
Yeah, you get it from like cow shit in your water.
Bummer.
Yeah, Francis Dean was telling us all about it. It's all made up.
What'd you use to first roast?
What did I use it?
Yeah. No. What did you use to roast your first set of beans?
Oh, I mean, I bought it's a smaller. It's called a fluid bed roaster. So it's
So you got like a real piece of equipment. Everybody's just
yeah.
oh, you got an air popper? I'm like, yeah.
No,
for
no.
popcorn, just use that.
It's kind of like that. It's like a really expensive popcorn popper. Essentially, it's just a hot column of air that tosses the beans in like a $600 or 600 degree. I'm sorry, so a little bit more than that. 600 degree cylinder, and it pretty evenly roasts it. It's a pretty good machine.
Huh.
I'm a little worried about burning it out at this point, because it's kind of small as far as scale goes.
You're still using it.
Oh yeah, I do 5 pounds at a time, and I'm doing.
Oh, that's super small scale.
Real small, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Wow.
really hands on.
But is it that's enough to supply your operation?
Yeah. For
for a couple days, and then I gotta do it
for
again.
1 week. Yeah, I spend
Yeah.
a good like 6 hours on it once a week, and then I can do my immediate requirements for just the coffee shop, and then whatever I sell in a bag, and then I have a couple wholesale accounts, but not money.
Thinking about expanding the wholesale stuff, or
A little bit. I mean, it seems like a valuable option. We're weighing our options right now as far as expanding our square footage immediately, or second locations, or going the wholesale route. So we're kind of just doing our pros and cons at the moment. So no immediate things. We're just trying to keep the wheels on the bus for now.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. They do go round and round.
Round and round.
God damn
Like
it!
a
I couldn't
record
hold it in. I couldn't hold
knew
it
you
in.
were gonna do something with that.
Fuck me.
I got a 2-year-old, so I sing that.
Terrible. Yeah, that must be a trick too.
It is. I mean, it's the style of roaster I have is really attention required. So you can't really walk away from it. It's not like a computer program that I can just hit go and walk away and do other stuff. It's kind of like playing an instrument. There's the electrical wattage I got to manage, as well as how high the beans are lofting inside the thing. So, but I got a lot of books on tape I listen to, which is nice.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, or podcast.
podcasts for sure.
We had
200 episodes of this one to catch
You
up
got
on.
it. And we'll be fully fluent by next week.
Yeah.
I had a I can't remember. I had an Airbnb guest that actually they were in town. Oh, hold on.
Oh my God! Have you ever heard of Airbnb?
They were in town for a convention, a coffee convention.
Okay.
And these guys, they were in the city, and they were just like working their way up, to.
I've been to every cafe from here.
Pretty
to
much,
Hudson.
yeah. They're just like they were
Tell
just
me.
working their way all the way up to like Pulaski or wherever the fuck they were going, and they come in, they're like, "Hey, how's it going? Can we use your kitchen to roast?" And we're like,
Whoa.
I was like, "Fuck yeah, this whole house is gonna smell like coffee.
Sweet.
It's great." So they just lugged in all their shit, and they're just dumping stuff in cylinders and just roasting coffee right in the middle of the room. And I was trying to pick their brain a little bit, but they were not having it.
Yeah.
They had a long day. They wanted to roast.
You shut up when I'm roasting. Okay.
They wanted to
Don't
roast
look at
their
me.
shit and get the fuck to bed. It was pretty funny.
This
but,
doesn't degas for 12 hours. I want my money back from.
Oh boy, there's degassing.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
getting worried now.
Oh, well,
it's not
sorry.
it's not just my air popper
I mean,
anymore.
you can. Well, okay. So you know Lowell, my
I do.
professor. He did a documentary about Ethiopian Jews. There's like a whole pocket of Ethiopia, a Jewish community within Ethiopia.
Are you Jewish?
I'm not.
Because this is going to get really anti-Semitic.
I'm a Christian.
Especially from him.
Yeah. So
I guess if I'm still, I guess.
So
if I gotta
he
pick
did
one.
this. He did this whole documentary about them and how they basically were forced out of the country, and you know, an organization like basically flew them out.
Seems to
in the
be a
middle of the
trend.
night.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was crazy, but they've all relocated to the United States and Canada. And he interviews this family, and then like 20 years later, he goes back and finishes the documentary with them.
Mm-hmm.
And one scene, it's part of like their Jewish tradition, but they integrated coffee into this ritual, and they actually take green coffee beans and just fry them in a frying pan.
Yeah.
And then grind them up while still hot, and then make coffee out of it. And he said it was like Turkish coffee.
Yeah,
like
Turkish
super,
style.
super, super dark.
Yeah, real bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go like real fine on the grind and just let it all hang out.
Yeah,
So, like,
he said it was like mud.
drink it, don't. We don't
Yeah.
care. You know?
Yeah, but I just thought it was cool that they like integrated it into
That's pretty cool.
a pre-existing religious ceremony. Yeah, but I guess they're Orthodox Jews, and ever since then I was like, I want to do that. I want to roast some coffee beans in a frying pan.
Shit, yeah.
Seems like
Take a stab at it.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn some.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Get a hot plate and sit like a street side.
We should just
pan
we should have
roasting.
just done it on the podcast.
I see a new New York City cart.
I gotta get a hot plate. Every time, like as this show expands, more and more people want to bring stuff where we need to like
Yeah.
heat things up. We need like a Dead Radio hot plate.
Yeah. This is we stopped. We haven't had snacks.
Can
on the
make you
show
an
in a while.
omelet on the
No,
spot.
it hasn't been snack time in a quite a
Yeah.
bit.
We've been doing Dead Radio snack time.
What?
Which is fun, but yeah, I don't have anything for
Oh,
this week.
speaking of snack time, you guys have got some kooky creations with some which are waffles.
Yeah, I don't know if
Wow.
that qualifies for snack time so much as nap time, but
I saw what was it? A pulled pork,
oh yeah,
sautéed
That's a-
onions and pulled pork or something.
let's see if I can do it off the top of my jalapeno cheddar cornbread pulled pork waffle.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a daybreaker for sure.
Can those be served gluten free?
Absolutely not. No. Well, no, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. That was actually an original we brought back last year for the first time. But we have a lot of fun with waffles. The waffle thing was kind of a joke coming out of the gate. My buddy just hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I have this commercial waffle maker. You're doing breakfast. Do you want this?" I said, "Yeah, I'll figure it out." So he brought it up, and I started messing with it. And I'm a baker, like just thanks to my mom. Thanks, Mom. We made cakes and whatever, so waffles was kind of easy. And we started going from there and be like, oh, we could do chicken and waffles. Nobody does that in Poughkeepsie. That could be like a thing. And that is kind of our calling card now, but we try to do a new waffle every month. This month we're doing, let's see, it's a red velvet waffle with dark chocolate, strawberries. Next month we're doing an espresso Guinness waffle with Bailey's whipped cream. And
Damn it. I
yeah.
can't have any of that.
Are you gluten-free?
I have to be.
I have a gluten-free waffle.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. We can do some other fun stuff for you.
It's called the little fella. He just sits in the corner getting crusty.
We could stuff a gluten-free waffle full of bacon and put some eggs on top. You can
Comes
make
with a
things like
man
that.
bun and a pair of horn rim glasses.
Hey man, don't knock my bun. I never had the horn rims.
I didn't know you guys were doing breakfast and stuff. I mean, I have been into your establishment
For sure.
plenty of times, but usually only when I'm on that side because it's like I'm going to drive past the shop that I work at and then go pay for coffee.
Yeah,
probably not going to do that
not
very
encouraged.
often.
You know, frowned
But
upon.
yeah, I went down last year when you guys did the benefit for the skate park.
Oh,
That was
definitely.
really cool.
Thanks, man.
I had a few friends who had entries in there, so
For sure.
checked it out. I skateboarded there.
That was a
It
big,
good.
big help. We raised a
Yeah.
ton of money, and we actually just spent that money on an entire other skate park.
Oh yeah.
So we have a pile full of ramps and stuff. We're hoping to add to the skate park. Down
Oh,
in
how
Poughkeepsie.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we had a ton of fun at that. That was kind of our first event. Actually, 4 days after my son was born, was that show.
Should link.
And it was crazy.
Should link you guys up with Skate 45 when they come in.
No, good dudes. They come through every once in a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sure they go to your shop
they're
right there.
coming on in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I haven't been into their shop yet. I've been such a slacker.
It's really nice.
It looks dope. Good job. Kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I'm lazy, so I ride a boosted board. So they don't have much for me, but when I need bearings and stuff in about a year, I'm going to buy it from them. Yeah. So, but they're cool guys.
Long time coming. We're having some more conversations around, the skate park concept in Poughkeepsie and where it goes from here. I think me and the dudes that have been taking care of the Poughkeepsie skate park initially have been doing everything we can to keep it on its feet, but hopefully we can continue the conversation in a progressive direction to build something new. I don't know if you guys follow along with like Middletown and Newburgh just spent hundreds of thousands on new facilities in their cities.
Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah. So
good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old now, so I don't really skateboard anymore. I mean,
you must be a skateboarder.
I am for now. I mean, I'm about to hang it up for some golf clubs.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I just kept hurting myself, so I don't really do it anymore.
Yeah,
so now my fix to that is, well, I don't have to kick, but I can do 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I still get hurt a lot.
The small business owner skateboarder combo is not really a great one because someone's got to open the store the next day.
Yeah.
You're roasting beans with a concussion.
Yeah. I think I did that right.
You're actually
in a friggin' cam boot.
You wanted what?
Roasting wood stove pellets.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't serve that.
But yeah, that's cool. So we like to see more of that kind of thing. So
yeah, we're trying. Yeah, if I only had more hours in the day, I would put it all towards it. But
tell me about it.
That's the trick.
Yeah,
that's the trick is finding finding space for everything in your life to make it work.
Yeah. I like to have like 4 to 5 jobs at a time, and then like put on a music festival. So
do that. You should do that.
Well, we are. So there you go.
Put it back up here.
So I tried your. I was at the Dark Side Bazaar.
Yes.
And your wife was there, probably.
Not this. We weren't there at this February one. We did do.
Not the February one.
Oh, okay.
You went summer.
Yeah, we were there. We were serving up some coffee.
Okay. Yeah, I tried the cold brew there.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Thanks, man.
I liked it. How much of a pain in the ass is it for you to make cold brew? Because it's a huge pain in the ass for us.
It is a process, and it's definitely one of those things. My employees look at me and like, "Do I have to make it?" And I'm like, "How much do I have?"
I don't mind making it. I just hate cleaning it up.
Yeah, the actual filtration process is the bitch.
We got
I think we have a pretty good system. We like hybridized our system.
Yeah, we have a we used to. I have a winch that just lifted the.
Oh damn, you guys!
Winch?
It's been
large scale.
It's been broken for like months.
Oh well, I haven't made cold brew since summer.
Yeah, I have been.
Yeah.
So
you're Mr. Manager.
It's coming.
It's your job.
Time's coming.
I kind of just like took over just making cold brew.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, "Oh, we're running low on cold brew," and I'm like, "Let me look at my."
It's like
schedule.
cool. I punched out.
I just have it. I just have the system down to where I'm like the most optimized to do it, and I know I'm not going to fuck it up. I want to train other people. I just haven't had the time to do it.
Right.
Because it's like just me, you, and Tanner that know how to do it.
More or less, yeah. Kathleen does too, but she does it
that's
over there. They just had Cedric do it. Can't wait to taste his.
Sorry, Cedric.
No,
good luck,
I'm sure
buddy.
He did great. But like we have a winch. You got this big 25-gallon or 30-gallon tank.
Damn.
The whole thing, and it's
a lot of cold
but the winch broke.
Bummer.
But it's winter, so we're only doing half batches.
Okay.
So it's not so bad lifting it out of the tank
how
on
much
a
do you guys
ladder
do at
up
once?
into the hook.
We only do it like 2 or 3 gallons a night, maybe.
Oh, you do it daily?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do like 15-gallon batches at a time.
Yeah, no, we do it pretty made to order. Like I'll keep 2 or 3 gallons on deck. Summertime, we'll burn through it, no problem. I like to consider ourselves like more of like the supreme of coffee. So if I sell out, that's really your problem.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, cold brew coffee is just coffee steeped in cold water for 24 hours.
Yeah. It's delicious. You should get it.
It's so good.
It has usually
more
a lot
caffeine.
Usually a lot more caffeine.
Way more caffeine.
Which roast do you use for your?
It's a blend of the Colombian and the Peruvian here.
Okay.
It's a nice combination. Pretty rich. It's got like some citrus stuff from the Colombian profile.
Yeah,
it's nice.
We use our yoga chef, the Ethiopian.
I bet that's
our
pretty
light
good.
roast. Yeah,
I liked your guys had a house roast had some like berry notes to it.
Yeah, the
that's
house roast is good.
What is that a blend of again? I can never remember.
So it's Mexican.
People who don't enjoy coffee are not going to enjoy this part of the show, but
sometimes
fuck you, right?
It depends on the episode. Sometimes it's drones, sometimes it's skateboards, sometimes it's beer.
All right.
Yeah,
but it was delicious. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so that one you can only get a crafted cup. Tanner worked directly with the roaster, Chris's Coffee out of Albany, to create a blend. And to be honest, when they gave us the blend initially, they were all roasted separately and then blended together. And I hated it.
Yeah. We all were kind of like,
It had like this earthy dirt flavor that you get from some like
Mexican beans do
Mexican beans, and then it had this like cigarette butt smokiness.
Mm-hmm.
And those are two things that I admittedly am very sensitive towards, and like I'll pick it up when other people don't.
Okay.
So I was just like, yeah, not my thing. I'm sure people will like it.
Right.
Then as soon as we got it with those three beans all roasted together, it came together so beautifully.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I usually do our medium roast when I'm having a coffee later on in the day.
Mm-hmm.
When I just want a coffee, not necessarily caffeine.
Right.
But I pretty exclusively drink light roast just because I can have, an 8-ounce cup, knock it back quick, and get my day started. Like this morning when I was sleeping, opening the place.
I try to earn my
I think
coffee.
I forgot to count in a drawer. I did one of them. I don't know. Sabrina sent me. I'm just so out.
Checks
of it.
in the mail, Tanner.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I did. You got my message last night. I closed last night, and I was so overworked and overtired that I just put all the 20s in with the deposit.
Oh,
so
shit.
the drawer was $240 short. I was like, I know where the money is. I just can't get it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So yeah. No, it's I told him about it.
No.
Yeah.
I just noticed something, and we're bitching and moaning about opening. You guys open at 6.
6 a.m.
Well, you're by the train. You gotta.
What's up?
You're by the train. You have to.
Yeah. Well, it was. It's kind of a we're on the fence about that 6 a.m. as it stands.
Well, it all depends on how much business you're doing, but I mean, it makes sense. Just like at the outset, most people, if you got to be at work at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the city, you got to be on the 6:40.
Yeah. So we were trying to get that market when we opened, and when I was doing the market research, I was like, okay, there's clearly people getting on the train. I sat after I had signed the lease. I sat in there and just like counted people for like when it would be a good time to open. And I went back and forth with 6, and I was hoping I could like penetrate some of those people's schedules to be like, okay, I'm going to be their spot now or whatever.
Yeah.
But really, if you're waking up that early, you don't want to shell out more time to be like, let me get up 10 minutes more earlier.
Yeah, you're setting up your
so
coffee
I
maker
could
the
get,
night before.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're set. Most of them don't come. If anything, there's a dude that walks by who's like, why can't you open even earlier so I can come? And I'm like,
yeah,
because this isn't working.
Okay,
clearly not working.
So before 6 a.m., coffee will be $27 because I need to pay 2 people to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
No one wants to be here at that fucking time.
Well, yeah, that's
Your
the
chai
thing. It's
latte
like,
is
there are
$45.
Yeah, there are some nights like Sundays. It would make sense to close at 5.
Yeah,
but there's 40 people in there at 5.
Yeah.
But none of them are buying anything. They already bought it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, at what point do you justify the labor time?
Attention all crafted cup
versus-
shoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, Tanner has actually talked. He's floated the idea of getting a PA system put in.
Oh,
He's like,
real
what would it
easy.
take to put a PA system
Real
in? I'm like,
easy. You can hotwire that in.
money,
No, just turn the speaker on.
money
Use
in
the open
my
mic setup.
money in my time. That's all.
Yeah.
A little RCA input.
My favorite thing ever, and I got to do it last night, Sunday night, is you give people a 20-minute warning, a 15-minute warning, a 10-minute warning, and a 5-minute warning, and they don't get ready at all. So I'm standing there next to the light switch, looking at my watch, and as soon as it hits 6 o'clock, I flip all the lights off. It's my favorite thing.
We got to go. Yeah, I had to kick somebody out yesterday, actually, or Saturday. This nice young couple was just sitting there, and I try to let it go.
On a first date, trying to get to know each other.
Just trying to you guys
and
go.
you selfishly.
It's clearly not going to work out for
You
you
know,
guys. You should just call
Is
this
there any more
quits.
coffee left?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
But
It's probably pretty over extracted by now, but
hey,
that'll be good. That's good.
But always goes, hey guys, listen, I got a family. No, you don't have that yet, but they're important. So
With us, it's students. They're just like they got their earbuds in, they're on fucking Adderall, and they're just typing away on their reports.
I got 45 minutes till this wears off, sir. I need this.
I'm a lot.
And, you always
I'm a lot
get the,
nicer than he is. I'm not kidding
well, a
you
lot of
that.
times you get the can't we just hang out while you close up?
I did.
No.
This is that.
This
is
that
that moment.
Yeah. They're like, well, you gotta like do stuff before you get out of here, right? Why can't we just hang out? It's like, because I want you to leave so I can do stuff.
Yeah, so I can put my headphones
What's
in. I
that
have to worry
song
about
lyric?
you.
Oh yeah, it's all been done.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll just let you hang out here while I'm pulling cash drawers. Get out, get out.
You going to count the pennies?
Yeah.
No.
if here's the next time that's gonna happen, I'll be like, yeah, you can hang out if you go grab a mop. That's what I'm gonna say.
Grab a broom.
Yeah.
Do some spot sweeping.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and the people that do that are always the people that like, I'll have a small coffee. It's like just a $1.95 small coffee, and then they suck up the Wi-Fi for 6 hours.
I actually had a guy upstairs who would come in, not buy anything. You just be like, "What's the Wi-Fi password?" You guys keep changing it.
Yeah,
we keep
you're the
changing it.
reason. You're the reason, sir.
Yeah, dude.
We
I looked at him and go, "It's for customers." And he goes, "I know."
Well, at least he wasn't full of shit. At least he,
I
you know, he knew
gave
what
him
he
the
was
password.
doing.
He was straight up. I was like, I can't even lie to you, man.
I know. Just throw me a bone, dude. Please. I'll buy a coffee.
He gets it after hours, so you can have that.
So we're about.
So he lives upstairs in the building and just sucks up your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Fuck
You know,
that
if
guy.
you just got a coffee, I would give him unlimited access. You know, it seems like a good Wi-Fi plan. $2 a
What he
month.
should do
That's-
is
yeah,
buy
there you
his
go.
own
Just-
coffee.
That's a
You
$2
buy-
Wi-Fi
buy
plan.
bulk.
Yeah. Yeah. I paid. If you just get the crappiest internet, which you probably can't have because there's so many people on it,
Right.
that's $40-$50 a month.
Exactly.
You go in
$2.
every other day and get a
$2.
small coffee. You're good. That's covered.
Netflix
and you
it
get a
up.
coffee. If I lived above a coffee shop, I wouldn't make my own coffee. I wouldn't.
Debatable. 'Cause I would buy the coffee from the.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Like, if
And
he
then
just
make it
buys a bag, and then if he doesn't want to buy a cup every day,
maybe,
just buys a bag
maybe I
and
don't
brew it
remember
yourself.
what it's like to pay for coffee.
You know, it's a lot like that. When I left retail,
Yeah.
I had a hard time paying full price for pretty much everything. I was
Shit.
like, damn, dude, this is expensive.
Yeah.
Where's the sale pile?
Yeah, like I was paying for Chris's cold brews for a while. The guy who shout out to Chris
Yeah.
at Prime Print Shop for being a big supporter of the show and Creative
747
Fest.
Main Street, Poughkeepsie.
Yeah. So he gave us that banner for nothing just because he likes us.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna need his number
every
when
once
it-
in a while I go, well, he's leaving, but I would highly recommend going through Prime Print Shop. They
Okay.
have quality work, good prices, really great people. But I heard he was leaving, and usually, like, whenever he starts hooking us up, I just, pay for
Little
everything
barter,
for
little
his.
barter
And,
trade.
we use we're rolling in it with the $42 a month we get from Patreon. So
Oh, dope.
I take some of that money and I buy him cold brew.
Blow it all.
And every time I'm like, God, he came in like somebody will make a ticket. He came in 3 times, and I don't want to pay this $12. $12 is a
tab.
lot of money.
Put it on my tab.
It's like 10
out.
times the price of gasoline.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. But you get spoiled when you work in the industry because
That's true.
all I have to do is just have the motivation to leave my house and go there, and I can get any drink that I want,
Right.
and it's just a perk. So, yeah. And now it's even worse because I work at the bar now.
I was gonna
and
say
get
that's why I
free-
don't work at a bar
yeah,
at this
I
point.
I don't get free drinks, but I get free food. So
people
it's
buy
like,
you a drink,
it's
right?
like you just want to eat a cheesesteak and French fries every day because you can.
Don't
Do
do
people
that.
ever buy you shots at the bar?
No, it's not really that kind of place.
Okay, I was gonna say.
People. I mean, Jamie does.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Jamie's
yeah.
that dude though.
Yeah,
He's that dude that
Take
buys the
me
bar.
home tonight.
yeah. I work at Tomato Cafe around the corner.
Oh,
from
cool.
Yeah, so I
Definitely.
bartend there, but it's more of a restaurant. It's not really a bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you'll get people
Is it
coming
the
in there
same
to
people
drink.
in Fishkill?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Good
yeah.
for them.
It's a good spot. I like it.
My wife used to work next door to the Fishkill location. I knew a few buddies that worked there, and awesome stuff. I would always go. So sweet.
Yeah, it's good food. I like the place, but like I said, it's you get used to.
That's why I don't eat chicken and waffles every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you do it for a while, and then you're just like, I'm
I'm
not
good- I'm
doing.
good.
Like I think I probably went the last 5 months without eating anything from Crafted Cup, just because we've had the same menu forever, and I just
that's just the way it is.
But then I had an egg sandwich on a croissant today, and it was amazing.
I've degraded all the way to just egg and cheese.
Yeah.
That's really it for me.
Yeah.
I'm just scrolling through your website here. I'm curious about the
Click through. Some call it routine. We call it ritual.
I see. I'm looking at here, and
Play one of my podcast episodes on your podcast.
in the store, and I can't seem to find the. I see on the home screen you have espresso, but not for sale.
Oh, it's not on my web store?
It's not on the store.
My fault.
I was curious about. I wanted to know more about the espresso roast because we have a kind of a weird one, and I'm curious what you guys have.
Ours, we use the Colombian as a base again, and then
so yours is a blend.
Yeah, we do. I've been thinking about trying to do more single origin stuff, but I have to get the designated grinder to accommodate it.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's a blend of Colombian and half of the Papua New Guinea, which I'm still kind of experimenting with, but it's pretty good. It's got like a kind of sharp, I don't want to say sharp, maybe a bright, bright kind of taste to it. Works really well in the lattes and cappuccinos. I think straight up, it's not really my cup of tea, but I get good feedback. So.
Maybe a cup of coffee.
I like the coffee. I'm a coffee guy.
Yeah, I went to Europe. Was it last year at this point?
Get your Robusto on. Get your Robusto beans.
Really quick, I have 36,270 views in that Wiccan wedding.
Jesus.
I just got a notification.
Good job, bud.
I can't fucking monetize it because I use copyrighted music.
No.
Dumb.
I wish I could merge the two channels and just have it be Dead Radio, because then we could monetize just because of that one fucking video.
Get the money.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but
I was
sorry for your loss.
Bopping around Europe, just trying all the different espressos, and they kind of all had a very similar kind of note to them.
They use a Robusto bean typically over there in a lot of the espressos.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a lot more bitter, just in general.
Yeah, it was bitter and very bright and fruity, like I don't know, berries tasting, and it's good and all, but I've had better around here.
Yeah, like Lavazza. I don't know if Essie, I can't speak to them, but a lot of those bigger brand European or Italian specific espressos, I'm pretty sure use a good bunch of Robusto beans.
I wasn't fucking around with them.
They get a bad rap, those Robusto beans. You know?
Oh yeah, you think so?
The Arabica stuff, I guess, is just more flavorful. I mean, don't quote me on that kind of
It was.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I mean, I've been told that Arabica's like pretty much. Don't fuck with the Robusto. It's not a point. We're talking about. Oh my God, we should probably explain what the fuck we're talking about.
Species of coffee plants.
You have the best knowledge on it.
Robusto. It's like the indica. Okay, here we go. Indica to sativa.
Hey, buddy. Now you're speaking my language.
Hey. That Robusto garbage.
Like so
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Robusto beans?
This is the first I'm hearing that there are two different strains.
You came before the quizzes that we had to take.
Yeah. And Tanner keeps insisting that I've been trained on things that I've never heard of.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, you do realize that I started and then was opening and closing by myself 4 days later.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Like,
welcome to the
different.
coffee shop.
It was different times back then.
These new kids that we bring on, they get like a guidebook and a recipe
I'm working
book
on that.
and all that
I'm
stuff.
here for
And
you.
I'm like, in my day, I opened this place my second shift. And almost had a heart attack.
You look okay. Here's some keys.
Yeah.
Don't steal my money.
Yeah, but it was also not like it is now. I mean, the amount that the business has expanded in the last year, and I mean 2 years total, but the last year especially has been.
When did you? I mean, that second room was only pretty recent. Right?
That was the month before I started, so it'd be 4 years in January.
Okay, I think that right when I moved here, I think is when. That was.
Well, no, it's
like
4 years, 3 years now.
Okay.
3 years this past January.
Right.
That's how long I've been there.
So if anybody's wondering, Arabica beans tend to have a sweeter, softer taste with tones of sugar, fruit, and berries. Their acidity is higher, with that winey taste that characterizes coffee with excellent acidity.
Also good for emo music.
Robusto, however, has stronger, harsher taste with a grain-like overtone and peanutty aftertaste.
Harsh.
Boom, boom.
Well, so you said Lavazza uses that?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like a Lavazza. Like those Italian-specific espressos.
Yeah, because we have that at the restaurant, and like I hate it, just simply because we're not using high quality.
Right.
Like, it's not that we're not using high quality. We're using what we
It's a brand
need
name.
based on our.
You're a fucking bar.
They're coffee pods.
Yeah.
They're like those little things you
Yeah,
just
it's
drop
true.
them in the portafilter.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with the quality of the coffee. It's just it's not espresso. It's
That's-
technically not espresso. It's coffee in a tea bag.
That's
Espresso
What
is
is
a process.
espresso really? But yeah,
It's a process.
Yeah.
That's what we have
Yeah.
had to keep on checking as
Mm-hmm.
we'd like make a stop for a couple shots or whatever the hell,
Right.
is to see what, like, I'd always scope out to see what kind of machines they were using. If they had those fucking Lavazza ones, that was it.
Yeah.
And I got caught a couple times.
A brand name.
Yeah.
I know what you got. Right there.
I
There's a
want-
guy, you know, who's really inspired. It's just a small shop out of Burlington that just opened up when I was up there last time. It's called Onyx Tonics, and this guy's menu was literally like a chemistry board, and I had a hard time trying to figure out what I was about to order, because he literally has it organized by the beans and then how you want it brewed.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was like, damn, dude. I was like, you can get an Americano with that style, or he's got all sorts of different combinations of stuff.
What a pain in the ass.
So
He's
they're-
got about
they're
a
like-
million
they're like-
grinders.
so they're
Dude,
probably-
I was like, he definitely had like these
they're
crazy.
probably weighing out the coffee beans and then just like
Oh yeah, he's
small
definitely
burr
grinding
grinders
dose.
and-
That's what I
yeah.
was saying. I want to get a second grinder just to dose per person, so I
shot.
could do single
Yeah.
origin espressos like that or something like that.
Could
but
you imagine doing that?
Fuck that.
I really don't
We're
have
too
the
busy for
time,
that.
so I shouldn't be. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth.
Well, Tanner was originally going to do like a slow bar, like pour overs, French press, all that. That is out the fucking window. 'cause
Bank
you
still
just-
has
you
it on
just
their
can't.
menu. I don't know how though.
These guys,
But I mean, they
when
don't.
the students are in
their-
session. It's
their
just
No
Bank
chance.
Square
Yeah.
is busy.
Yeah.
It's very busy, but it doesn't do the volume that we do.
Mm.
And they just, I mean,
I'm not trying to brag or
no. They
Shots fired.
they don't do.
It's like, what's your volume, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I have never
But you're
gone.
gross.
I've gone into Bank Square. I've gone into Bank Square on a Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, and there'd be five, 6 people in line. It'd
Yeah.
be busy the whole time. You'd always have to wait in line.
Yeah.
There are sometimes on a Saturday where I got to let people know, so there's 25 drinks ahead of you. It's going to be a little while.
25 is a bit much.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
happens.
yeah.
You guys have such little line space at the store too.
Yeah.
I feel awful. Like
There have been times, okay, like
my line can at least go to the door, and then
like-
people are like, you know what, hard pass. It's up to the door.
Yeah.
I'm good. But your line is like the door.
yeah.
Yeah, it starts at
Yeah.
It starts at
But
the door.
I'm a
days-
big fan of
days
mosh
like
pits.
the-
Don't get me wrong. I can hang. I'm gonna
Days
get
like
mine.
the street fair, and it's just like, okay, you, sir, we're going to have you start snaking the line into the dining room.
Like,
Red hat, you look good. What you want?
This way? No,
Yeah.
no, the other way. This way? No. Snake.
You need
Snake.
like one of those theme park
Yeah.
lineups. Like
Yeah.
Start corralling them in.
Well, I got that at the Starbucks.
There you go. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. And the 25 drink thing has happened. I'm not going to say who was on the bar, but
No
it might not be
comment.
who you're thinking of.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
Old school.
Mm.
All right. We're at 52 minutes already.
Yeah, let's
I'm
take a
gonna
break.
get some other. I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably. Do we have time for 3 more? Probably just one more,
Just do
right?
one more.
Do
Do the Rwanda. You missed out.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say I want to do the dark
Right.
roast. That's the darker roast, right?
It's probably about pretty equal. I've been messing around with these two specifically. I've been trying to lighten it up a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's pretty funky. It's got like a honey or maybe like a tartness to it.
Curious about the African beans anyway, because
Yeah.
everybody you usually get South American or Indonesian or whatever the hell or was it?
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Sumatra, yeah.
Yeah, and
It is the largest island of Indonesia. Just fun fact.
Well, and Sumatrans, I've had a bunch, and I love the mouthfeel that they get, but the flavor is sometimes
Well, I think it's like the Starbucks brand.
very
really.
harsh.
It's just like everybody expects, oh, Sumatra, that's my shit. Let's go.
I don't like their Sumatra.
My wife loves it, and I can't escape it. So
I
don't drink
it's
it much.
okay. I mean,
It's pretty good. It's
I
really
used
rich.
to like it until I figured out what I was drinking, and I was like,
It like
it's a
takes my
little
mouth
rough.
over, and I don't like not being in control.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. I don't know.
You hear me, Courtney?
Sure. All right, so let's take a quick break. I'm gonna brew up some more stuff. But yeah, if you're just joining us or if you're still with us, thank you. The Poughkeepsie Grind, illuminatedcoffee.com. You can also type in grindpoughkeepsie.com. Takes you to the same place. At Grind Poughkeepsie on Facebook and at Grind Poughkeepsie on Instagram. 107 Main Street in Poughkeepsie, 845-345-9588. Do you like when people call you on the phone? Because I don't.
Call me.
Okay.
If it's a problem, I'm going to unplug my phone and there won't be one.
So, yeah, check them out. Get yourself some coffee.
Come on down.
And shout out to Lavina for listening in.
Yeah.
So she likes both shops.
What's up, Lavina?
Yeah. We don't see her for long periods at a time.
Yeah.
I wonder if how
said,
much she's cheating.
Yeah,
on
I
us.
think Amy said she goes over there when she's looking to get food too.
It's not much. Don't worry about it.
All right, so enjoy Shadow Witch and some of our other friends that have been on the show in the meantime, and we'll be right back. That's how you go into break.
Yeah. All right. Good job. Black fellas beneath the flesh. Blood turns to black as night descends, revealing threads of silk and sin. We perch and nest on blood so wild, above the throng and burning fire. We slit the throat to beat the wing, to hear the calling raven king. Skin kills back, black fellas bloom, beneath the flesh, another.
tears unshed. We have eaten of the tree, Eden's innocence and dreams they flee. A great light is growing there in the moon. Shadows turn about and nearer still, no lock could bar his entry. Moving softly at the door, the boat rocks with his touch. Past human help or hope, past remorse, past relief. The Yellow King is tattered mantle, open, spread, and
Someday it'll be behind us, and we'll look back again, and we'll cheer. Someday it'll be just us, 'cause I know someday persevere. Fall again, that's okay. Remember that tomorrow we'll be there to try again. I'll bury my apples with you in the sea. One day we'll look out from our tree. Someday no one will find us, and we'll pack our fruit and then we'll disappear. Someday they'll all miss us, 'cause I know someday you'll persevere. Fall again, that's okay. Remember that tomorrow we'll be there to try again. I'll bury my apples with you in the sea. One day we'll look out from our tree.
Hi, I'm Andy Reid from Catskill Cabin Conversations on WGXE 90.7 FM. You're listening to Dead Radio Podcast. Enjoy. Do not fear.
All right. Since we talked about Andy before, I might as well play his little joiner. But yeah, that took like 20 takes to get him so you can understand what the fuck he was saying.
I can't quite hear ya.
Love you, Andy.
Louder. I got Mike Bleakley checking in, saying your coffee at Darkside was badass.
Thanks, buddy. I'm glad it travels well.
Yeah, let's see if you can figure out what that is.
I think we got some more going to Darkside for Record Store Day coming up.
Yeah?
I think so. I got to double check. I got a bunch of dates they sent me earlier on in the year, and he's like, remember these? And I'm like, sure, yeah, okay.
So this is Andy saying something, a common Scottish phrase.
Your day man napper in your ball bag.
Something about your ball bag?
Yeah, that's all you get. One more time.
Your day man napper in your ball bag.
Anything?
Something's going on in your ball bag,
so
bro.
It's your den man nabren your ball bag.
Is that like slang? Is that
it is
Scottish
it's
slang?
Like it's like the Scottish version of cockneyed kind of thing.
Cockney thug, yeah.
But
So-
he's saying, you're doing me nothing, you ball bag. So it's kind of like when somebody's talking shit and you're just
That's
like,
how
"Get
you
the
say
fuck
hello
outta
in New
here."
York. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you?
It's just like a dismissive thing, like if somebody's like talking shit at the bar about a giant fish that they caught.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Yeah. You see, you can say it with so much less syllables.
You're full of shit. That's what I say.
No, thank you.
So, yeah, if you're just joining us, yeah. Mike Bleakley, did we mention that
Yes.
on the air?
Yes.
Okay. So,
he said the coffee was great. Something to that effect.
Here with Patrick McGuire, MC Guire.
Sure.
His DJ name. From
Coming to a wedding near you.
Owner of the Poughkeepsie Grind, illuminatedcoffee.com or grindpoughkeepsie.com. At Grind Poughkeepsie on Facebook and at Grind Poughkeepsie on Instagram, 107 Main Street in Poughkeepsie. Yes, it's another coffee shop on this show. But it'll be all right. Everybody's cool. We're all cool.
There's enough to go around.
Yeah,
fellas.
the way that
when you're a jet to the end.
yeah.
West Side Story?
Sure.
No?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
I'm gonna smile and say yes.
The way that it was put to me, I think Tanner said something. I'm paraphrasing, but something to the gist of like, if you
Don't
have a
make him
person-
look too good.
Yeah.
If you
On
have a
his way out of the house,
Rough him
when
up a
he's
bit.
leaving the podcast, just cut his Achilles.
Yes.
So the only time that you're really competing with like a coffee shop across town, like people don't go, I'm going to go drive 15 minutes to go to a coffee shop.
Not really.
They don't really do that. They go,
No.
ooh, a coffee shop, and they go
Yeah.
in. But it's like the only people that we're really competing it's like a thin little band of people who are right in the middle. You know?
Is that the target market we need though?
No,
That thin
you're
line?
mostly going, people that are going out for coffee are going out on a date, or it's part of their
Sure.
routine. And their routine usually factors into where they work.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, that's kind of why I opened
it's-
the coffee
yeah.
shop was
Yeah.
because there was no place I could walk to go, sit down with Wi-Fi. Yeah, I live literally, and since I've moved to Poughkeepsie, around the corner from the
Yeah.
cafe. So
That's where it's
if
at.
you want to talk
man.
about eco-friendly commutes,
Fuck yeah,
boy,
that's me
I'm
too.
doing it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I walk here. I walk to work during the summer. I take a boosted board. I put $7 a month in gas in my car.
That's amazing. I just
yeah.
put gas in my car. I couldn't even tell you the last time before I
Yeah.
got here. I was like, shit, I don't even know how to do this.
My mom tried to give me money for driving her from, not far from here.
You mean your mom gave you money?
Tried to. Because she wanted me to fill my gas tank. I drove to Westchester, drop her off. She's like, here. I'm like, for what? She's just like, to fill your tank. I'm like, you don't have to give me $50. Give me $10. I'll put gas in my tank and it'll last me
like,
3
sure, Mom,
months.
whatever, I'll take it.
I'm like, I work.
I literally just filled the
work
thing.
3/4 of a mile from the
I'll
shop. I
take
don't
it.
have to go anywhere. But in the summer, if my bike didn't explode, I'd be riding too. So
That's it. But yeah, I wouldn't think not even close. If anything, Crafted Cup was inspiration, and I say that I mean it for the coffee culture in Poughkeepsie. It's proof of market. It's here.
Yeah, and I think Coffee's gotten kind of a bad rap, I guess, because the whole barista thing and like.
It can be douchey like anything else.
Slightly douchey.
But I think it's finally
mellowed out.
Yeah, it's mellowing out. A lot of people aren't taking themselves so fucking seriously. I mean, you should take it a little bit seriously.
You don't have to be scared to be in line at a local cafe.
Well, it's like
that guy ordered some crazy shit.
when you picture that barista, the one that we're picturing right now, he's got a leather apron on.
Yeah.
And he's fucking he's got $10,000 worth of tattoos that he got with student loan money.
And it's all coffee related, and he's got the mustache with the wax on it.
He's got gauges and a waxed mustache. His hat's like this. Yeah, that guy sucks. But the thing is, that guy
gonna make you a killer coffee.
He's gonna make you a killer coffee. So
really seriously,
it's gonna cost you too, though.
Tanner's kind of like
Tanner subscribes to Barista as like a magazine.
Okay.
Every person on the front of that cover is that guy.
All right.
They're all that guy.
They're
got
covered in tattoos.
The brim of the hat's like almost vertical.
Up.
Oh, you did the yep.
Yeah. Like just like that.
Now I can serve some coffee. What's up?
This pesky brim is out of my way.
I do have a pretty killer hat.
You're wearing $300 shoes, but you still have a neck tattoo. Like that guy.
Oh man, I blow through shoes. I wish I could wear
and skinny jeans and your flannel. God, if I wore that shit, it'd be wrecked by the end of the week.
That's why
if
I can't
wore
have
my
more
nice
kids.
clothes.
Yeah, me, I'm just wearing like the same Dead Radio shirt every day.
I wear other people's shirts to work, and then my wife finally was like, "That's why you wear other people's shirts." I'm like, "Yeah, because I don't want to ruin my nice ones."
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
She's like, "Oh my god, I get it." But it's also good advertising, for people like Derek we were just talking about, or other. Restaurants I'll go to that I like, I'll buy their shirt. I'll just wear it to work.
I should start leaving shirts here to give to people.
Sure. I'll rock a Dead Radio one.
We're doing
what size are you? I'll get you one.
Large.
I'll get you one. Yeah, because I hand make all the shirts. So
Dope.
we got
Screen
we have like a $5 price point on them. So yeah, it's these.
Dope. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'll bring you one.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So we can do like a $5 price point on them. So to just kind of, it's money that people gave us. We don't make a lot of money, but if we're frugal about it, like there'll be a few $100, at a time in that account, and spend $80 on shirts, spend a couple hours. Friends of the show, I'm just like, just take it. Like,
take it. Let my people know.
Yeah, I it's worth it for me to pay $5 to not even pay $5. I would say our actual, aside from my time, actual investment is probably $2 a shirt. Just to pay $2 to have a Dead Radio logo out in the world, that's fine by me.
The what we're drinking here is the Rwanda. Oh shit! It's what are you drinking? Why didn't we do that before? How stupid! Well, because we're usually talking about
alcohol.
booze when we're talking about what are you drinking. But
the Little Wayne cut.
This
quote,
is
it's in my cup.
This is the Rwanda.
Rwanda Rainforest Alliance, fair trade, organic.
This one is there's a stark difference to this one.
Yeah, this is way more my lane.
This is like a lot more earthy. Gonna have like some weird bitterness to it, almost like a tart rhubarb.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was gonna say like a tart fruit.
Yeah,
not fruit, but yeah,
something funky.
Because the other one was like a little sweeter. Like I got peanut butter and blueberry. It was almost like a dessert coffee in a way. This is more. Yeah, this is like main course kind of thing.
Like a mouth disco.
Yeah.
This one is really fun. I have a lot of fun messing around with this one. Darker, lighter. I try to get weird notes out of it. Fan favorite. I know everyone likes to brew it at home.
This one's really good. I like it a lot. Yeah. It's a good.
It's definitely
what
something.
Roast would you say this is?
This is a medium roast.
Medium roast. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like I like the first one too. I haven't found my lane exactly for coffee because we're getting one in very soon from another roaster that is like almost like tea water. It's a super light roast, but it was
Toby's Estate, right? Yeah.
No.
You ever tried their stuff?
I haven't.
They have a lot of fun with like.
What are they called? Because I'm
Toby's Estate. They do have a really good collection of lighter, really fruity kind of stuff. Somebody brought in a few samples one day, and I had a lot of fun. They had like a Burundi, all sorts of crazy stuff. But yeah, the lighter, really fruity stuff. I keep a pretty tight spectrum. If anything, I could probably expand even lighter.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, there's this big this big following for like super light coffee.
Yeah.
They had a name
I
for
like
it. It's
I like
not
a
city,
light
but it's
roast,
something
but I
else.
don't like
Blonde
a coffee.
or whatever.
I do like a light roast. I prefer light roast, but I don't like a coffee that feels like it's
thin.
under extracted and thin.
This one felt thin, but the flavor was thinner. It was like tea water, like I said.
I
but
think
it
I
was-
tried it. I don't think I liked it, but I didn't hate it. Yeah, it wasn't something.
You liked it.
Did I like
Yeah,
it?
you thought it was-
There was one that we tried.
It-
I was like, this tastes like watered down coffee.
Nah,
It might have been a different one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it threw you. It threw everybody because we were like, "Fuck, this is really good," but it's weird. It's just
Yeah.
off the wall. And there's a big trend with most roasters and people who, coffee drinkers, who they want lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. And one of our guest roasters, I had to mention that asked him if he had a dark roast with him, and he was just like, "Yeah, it was a Yurgachef," and he was just
Wow.
like, "Yeah, I don't know, I did a dark roast on my I loved it."
Damn.
But it got shot down because it was way too heavy.
I did a batch at Yurgachef even lighter while I was experimenting, and one of my customers was like, "This tastes like water," and I'm like, "Oh, my fault."
Yeah.
Sorry.
How do you feel about what's your opinion on what he was getting at? Was he didn't want to dark roast coffee because it was kind of a sin amongst coffee roasters to go too dark? I think I disagree. I think it's just another level of it's
I'm
just
a
another
businessman.
flavor profile, you know.
I'm a balance of give the people what they want and do what tastes right. Make good product.
Yeah,
I think
if it
some
tastes
of these
good,
coffees shouldn't be roasted dark. If you're having a dark Yurgachef, fuck it. And it tastes good, and you like it, then make it, drink it. I keep a pretty tight profile, and when I say light to medium to dark roast, it's still not that big of a range. I could even lighter. It's very seldom once I hit first crack for a coffee, I'll take it off immediately, and I've tried that, but you get these really acidic, light, thin coffees like you're talking about. And I think there is a market for it. And like you're saying, a lot of people are doing it, which is probably why I'm trying to stay away from it.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe give myself a little bit more of a darker or lighter medium roast rather than the thin coffees. Because most of the stuff I've tasted around here is probably on that lighter, thinner side. Things like that. I don't want to name drop anybody.
I've noticed kind of a weird trend. We went like super light roast for a long time, like to the point where we had to change our opening procedures to brew more of it. And now it seems to be going back to dark roast.
Yeah. A lot of people are going for dark roast.
I do the dark roast every day, no matter what, because people are I think, accustomed to going to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks and seeing these big marketing campaigns that champion their dark roast and the Sumatra from Starbucks or whatever. It's kind of like what they've been pushed towards, and if anything, most people are confused that they think their dark roast is going to be even more caffeine.
Yeah.
and all
I think
that.
it's a big lack of education.
That
This
is
mostly,
that is a
it's mostly
mind
dudes.
fuck for some people.
Yeah.
Holy
Blows
shit,
their
you
mind.
ruined their life.
It's hard because I'm like, I got to tell the customer behind them, be like, I'm about to drop some knowledge real quick. You got to wait.
Yeah, you want to huddle in?
Yeah.
It's
it's always
myself.
it's always the dude. It's like, oh, dark roast.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I need the darkest.
What do I fucking look like to you? Fucking dark roast.
Fuck you.
And then you just go like, and
You
sometimes
look like someone who can't handle their caffeine.
Yeah, sometimes I want to go like, are you
scared of waking up, bro?
Yeah, sometimes I want to go like, are you looking for more caffeine? And every time I've done that, they always go, of course.
The strong one, please.
Yeah.
I always I do this. I
Yeah.
do.
We like drug content or taste wise? What do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just listen for what they're. I kind of do the same thing because they're like, I did dark roast. I need that extra kick, and then I go, well, it's a common misconception. Everybody fucks. I fucked this up. I don't say fuck this up, but I thought this way before I got the job here. Sometimes I do. It depends on who we're
You
talking.
look cool, bro. I'm gonna say fuck this up.
Yeah.
Some people I do. I'm dealing with college kids. Whatever. But
Triggered.
I'll tell them, and they'll be like, what? Like, yeah. The longer you roast it, the more.
My mom wouldn't
Also,
lie to
gluten's
me.
not bad for you unless you have a disease.
Bullshit.
My favorite thing is
I gained
certain
15 pounds this year.
customers. They're like, what kind of tea do you recommend? I go, fucking hate tea. Like you can tell who he's gonna laugh with that, and some people, it has yet to not land, but someday it's gonna happen. I'm gonna misread it, and they'll be like, really? What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. You know who to fuck with and who not to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I just
you
go
miss.
like, I drink that tea when I'm sick.
I'm more of like an honesty
really
is the
tell you
best
what it tastes
policy.
like.
You know,
Yeah.
if I miss the mark, I'm immediately like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
People ask me like, "What do the pastries taste like?" And I'm like, "I couldn't tell you. I can't eat them." And they're like, "Oh."
No, seriously, I can't eat them.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you gluten free?" I'm like, "I have celiac, so yeah, I have to be. It's not by choice, like the rest of you clowns."
I got a gluten-free waffle, like I said. Just saying, come and get it.
What about cross-contamination?
Yeah, if that's still is that a big issue?
Not for
Not
me.
for him,
No?
but it can be for some people.
For some people
we
it
give a
is.
disclaimer to anybody that asks. You know, we're gonna
Yeah.
cook it in the same iron.
Yeah, when I go to restaurants, they're like, "Oh, so the French fries or whatever is cooked in the same fryer as the," and I'm like, "It's not that big of a deal for me. For some people, it is, but not for me."
I've only had one really extreme allergy scenario, and she didn't die, so I think I did
shit.
okay.
What was that?
She was like dairy. Just like no cross contamination. They brought their own food. They needed it prepared, and they're like, "Do not let it touch anything." And I was
Oh
like,
my,
fuck,
oh my,
bro.
oh my, oh
I
my!
feel like you should just eat at home.
I wish, but you can't do that.
I
man.
agree.
But then there's some people who are like there's one person that comes in who has a tree nut allergy, and we used to use almond milk, and I used to just let him know, like, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to steam some water first just to be safe. It's just, I don't care.
Send it, bro.
Yeah, it's just like
Ready to die.
I was like, well, what happens if
part
you?
of the territory?
It's
though.
like, what
You should
happens if
be-
you if there is an allergen in there, and they're like, well, I have to stab myself in the leg with an EpiPen. Like
yeah.
it's pretty serious.
That
and I was like,
costs
then why would you even
$750.
come here?
Thanks, Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, but I guess it's at a certain point you just kind of have to live your life.
Yeah, you know, we all take risks.
Yeah.
Well, for me, when I go out, I know it's a pain in the ass. The gluten-free thing is a pain in the ass, and it's even worse because there's people out there who don't really need to be gluten-free.
Yeah, and then that turns into like a fucking
resentment,
boy that cries wolf kind of thing,
Yeah.
where a person's like anyone in a restaurant, you will see shellfish allergy, shellfish allergy, shellfish allergy, shellfish allergy. They
Yeah.
just don't like shellfish. Shellfish allergy is actually fairly rare.
Okay.
But people say that. I've said it before because I've been to restaurants where I go, hey, so the last time I got noodles here, it tasted like there was fish in it because you don't clean your pans properly, you know?
Yeah.
So I've said I have a shellfish allergy so that they will clean the pan before they make my noodles. So I get it. But that's kind of ruining it for people that really do have a legit allergy like yours.
Yeah. But I mean, but my point was, I go out. I understand that cross contamination is a problem, but if I wasn't worried, if I was that worried about it, I'd stay the fuck home. Like, it sucks. It wasn't my fault, but these are the cards I was dealt. That's what I have to live with.
Well,
so
it's Monsanto's fault,
I just deal with it, and I don't expect anybody to bend over backwards for me. Especially like when people come in and they're like, "You have any other gluten-free options?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And then I start pointing out stuff on the menu that we can make, or
I don't want that. I have salads all day, every day.
Yeah.
Does it look like I want a fucking salad?
Oh, that's
well,
me
you said
too.
that's what you had.
All right,
so I'm
so
sorry. I figured.
Go to BurgerFi, get a fucking veggie style burger. Get the fuck out of here. You know,
I don't know, we try.
It doesn't
to
say
accommodate,
gluten-free coffee
We're
shop.
pretty
out front.
creative with what we got.
You do what you can.
Yeah,
for everyone.
Yeah, it's not like we offer nothing.
I don't have a gluten-free wrap, but if you want a buffalo chicken wrap, you can have a buffalo chicken salad.
I could go for a buffalo chicken wrap right now.
Yeah,
we tried the gluten-free wraps, but they're like cardboard, bro. I feel
suck.
disrespect.
They're terrible.
I'm just like disrespecting you as a person with celiac trying to serve you this stuff.
We've gone through it a couple times. Tanner has he's actually changed the recipe for our granola. Used to have wheat flakes in it, and now it has corn flakes, so it's completely gluten-free now. And but we were talking about, I had brought in like a loaf of gluten-free bread so that I could make a sandwich on break. And he's just like, "Oh, is it any good?" I'm like, "It's great, but
it's expensive."
I'm like, "No," I just pointed at the toaster. I'm like, "You can't put it through that." I do because I can handle it.
Yeah.
But somebody with a real
not gonna
serious
make it.
issue,
Yeah.
they're gonna shit their pants before they walk out of here.
And you can't
Yeah.
not toast it because otherwise it's not bread anymore.
Oh God!
apart.
Yeah.
No, gluten-free bread not toasted. Whoa. You're just gambling.
Our gluten-free waffle is pretty good, man. I've had it a bunch of times. It almost like disintegrates in your mouth. It's amazing.
Well, it's mostly like corn flour and rice flour.
Rice flour, yeah.
Is it your recipe? Your flour recipe?
Yeah, we do it from
Oh,
scratch.
good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky though, right?
I mean, baking's a science. It's not like coffee, you know. It takes real specifics. So
Yeah.
That's why I don't like baking.
I've
The only thing I bake is bread.
I've fucked around
Hey,
with.
man, I tried bagels for a while,
Yeah.
but it's so labor intensive.
Yeah.
I would not want to be a bagel joint. That's for sure. God bless
Yeah,
you, bagel
fuck
world.
that.
Fuck that.
Man. Not when you can get really good bagels from Locks of Bagels delivered for
There you go.
pennies.
Rockland Bakery. Thanks for bringing them to me every day. Appreciate you.
I've experimented with all kinds of different combinations of flours.
I really
and it's a
wish that I
nightmare.
wasn't chugging a beer when you said I've experimented because I
Yeah.
had 10 things that I could have shouted out.
So, but yeah, it's tricky. And when I see somebody putting together their own recipe, it's like nice, good job.
Yeah, we're
Way to
actually,
go.
I mean, low key, we're trying to maybe package it for home use, maybe this year or next year or something like that. So, I know,
Illuminated
the
waffles.
coffee game's pretty tight right now, so we're trying to find a different lane.
Yeah. So you're thinking about like doing packaged stuff that people
Yeah,
could
like
take?
what's that? Not Red Barn. Whatever that dude you see all his stuff at like Big Lots, Adams. He's got like all his oats and grains and shit.
Oh,
Bob's Red Mill.
Red Mill,
Yeah, that's
it.
my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got gluten free
yeah,
for
yeah.
days.
And if you
Yeah,
did,
oh, yeah,
if
fuck
you
yeah.
just did like a mix,
Yeah, and bagged it up like that.
it would be good for months probably.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be
pretty
pretty
much
shelf
all the
stable.
wet ingredients you add, and we've got so many different recipes for our signature stuff we do every month. So
That's a great idea.
yeah,
It's a very good idea. Yeah. Bob's Red Mill. Bob from Bob's Red Mill.
Yeah.
That's my
Coming
fucking
for you,
dude.
Bob.
That's where I get my
I gotta
Vital
give-
Wheat gluten
If I ever saw
to
like
make seitan.
heavy gluten.
Yeah.
that's the thing. He makes like the best gluten-free flours, but he also has
Seitan.
seitan, like
So,
concentrated
yeah.
fucking gluten
Yeah,
extract.
so
and everything. I'm
I
like,
first
how does
started.
this fucking guy
I
operate?
do like it's not a fitness challenge. It's more of a cooking challenge. Like every year.
Okay.
Actually, I'm behind. I gotta do it soon.
What's that?
Every year I do a month vegetarian.
Oh, yeah.
Just to kind of push my limits because I eat chicken thighs every day.
Okay.
So just to kind of push my limits for cooking. So when I started doing that, I started making seitan from scratch because if you buy seitan at the store, it's hard to find in
Yeah,
the first
definitely.
place. You got to go to like Mother Earth, and it's like $16.99 a pound.
Nothing's
Yeah.
nothing's cheap at Mother Earth.
So I was like, I can get a bag for $7.99 of wheat gluten and just make it myself.
Yeah.
And you seriously make 20 pounds of the stuff for
That's
$8.
dope.
And it's a great protein, and it's actually low carb, it's high protein, it's very good. But for him, I mean, that's concentrated
Death
allergen.
syrup.
And I sent him a picture of it. I was like, I will give you $100 to snort a line of this.
Do it.
And then when I finally made it, I realized that if he did it, it would have just clogged his nose up immediately.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
Don't do
just
that.
it turns into this like rubbery gelatinous thing. It's almost like I can't even describe it. It's like rubbery silly putty.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. but
Not
it
for
tastes
for your
delicious.
nasal cavities.
Yeah, no, not for your nasal
No.
cavities. But yeah, and then I fry it up in some coconut oil.
There you go.
I do like buffalo seitan sandwiches.
Ooh,
It's good stuff.
sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, with vegan A's.
My wife was a raw vegan for a while there,
Yeah,
so she
fuck
really,
that noise.
yeah.
Oh boy.
I had my fair share of vegetables. in
Yeah, I
that
bet you
moment.
did.
Mm,
We had a friend that did the same thing to us.
yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Check out this chili I made. That's not chili.
That's a bowl.
It's just
That's
a-
a salad.
Yeah, that's a bean salad.
Yeah, it's a cold bean salad
Yeah.
that tastes like cumin. Get this out of here.
I would say it was an enlightening part of my life.
It's like first and foremost, you need to cook chili. Otherwise, it's a bean salad.
I'm a protein.
And then the
kinda
second
guy,
thing
though.
is, why are there carrots in this fucking chili? Psychopath.
It's not gonna go. I'm gonna go buy some chili.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. It was a good expanding part of my my palate. Yeah, here, hit me.
I don't know how much is left.
It's all right. I can dance all day.
You got the last of it.
But I've had a pretty cool aunt in my life who always taught me to expand my horizons. So
Ah.
I was just, I'll try anything.
Oh boy. Don't say that on this show.
I'll try
Yeah.
anything.
Here, drink the spit cup.
What's
Maybe-
in it? How much?
Well, I think we got some moonshine over there.
Yeah.
Some really good rum from the islands.
excellent rum.
Ooh.
It's like top shelf
Jamaican
rum.
stuff? Man, that's my joint. I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
it's where it's from.
I got some
Martinique.
Jamaican neighbors on the right side of my
Yeah.
cafe. It's they're amazing.
It's very full.
Oh man, you guys should work on that.
You can have some if you'd like.
I never tried coffee and rum. I don't know about that. Hit some whiskey, you could hit it.
A little bit of redemption bourbon.
Sure.
Say when.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
My coffee does go good with. We had a coffee party. That's pretty good. There you go. I catered a birthday party with coffee one afternoon, and I came over and they were all putting brandy in the coffee. They're like, "This shit is amazing." I was like, "Let me try that." I was like, "This is really good."
See, I pictured like a
So now you
birthday
gotta
party.
get a liquor
with-
license so you can.
I pictured a birthday party with like 7-year-olds and clown, and they were putting bourbon in their coffee
Well-
like this. Oh, fucking motherfucker.
Just like that.
Chips a tooth.
He just smashed the microphone into his teeth.
I'm going in.
God damn it.
That's good stuff.
Nah,
that
that's
pairs
what
well
I'm
with a
doing.
Rwanda.
I have a new dental update.
Do you want to do my dental update?
Oh, we can do that. Hang on. Where's
Yeah.
the... Oh, God. Do I not... Is it gone? Where'd it go?
What happened?
What happened? I don't have it.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
R.I.P. the sound clip.
Yeah, I have a... No, I had it.
It's
Where'd
just
it go?
the sounder from Your Mom's House podcast with Tom Segura and Christina P.
Yeah, we
we
definitely-
just stole their bit,
Oh,
hoping
yeah.
that
Sure.
they're- hoping that someone will send it to them and
That's
we'll
called
get a cease and
upcycling.
desist. Yeah.
Upcycling? Is
So-
that what they call it? I call it completely ripping off
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
So
who wants to talk about caramel macchiatos?
so I've been missing a front tooth
Okay.
for 4 months.
Respect.
Yeah. So broke a crown, had to get an extraction. I need an implant. My dentist doesn't do temporaries like denture.
Okay.
There you go. This dental update is brought to you by Quip.com and Your Mom's House podcast. You can email this clip to your mom's house at gmail.com. It's
Just email
just
it
your
to your
mom's
mom.
house, not your mom's house podcast at gmail.com, and tell them to give me $3,624.18 for my new tooth.
Do it.
$3,624.
Just round it up to 3,700.
So, yeah, it's going to be a while before I can afford that. So, can you fade it down? I don't want to talk over it.
Man, health updates.
So,
aren't-
yeah, so my temporary, I waited 3 months to go to a different dentist.
Mhm.
The only one within 300 miles of here that takes my insurance.
So there's a
Waited
market for
3
dentists
months
here.
to see this dentist. I go in and they go, okay, so we just need your x-rays from your other dentist and then we'll submit it to the insurance company and then it'll be about a month for them to approve it. I was like, why did I have to fucking wait 3 months to have this conversation? We could have done this in the lobby.
Sorry, bro.
We could have done this via email.
It's true.
But they just wanted to bill the insurance company one more time.
Yeah, man, it seems
Yeah.
like a. I mean,
So,
I don't know where I was having this conversation recently, but it just seems like there's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of some of these insurance
It's
companies. out here,
crazy.
man. These health people.
Crazy.
It's a racket.
Yeah. So and they're just like, oh, well, we can't take x-rays because you already had your x-rays for this 6 months. So you'd have to pay out of pocket. I was like, why do you have to take x-rays? Why would you have to take x-rays? You're making
I need
a
to see what's
prosthetic
going
that's
on.
going to go, like, you need to take a mold of my mouth and then build a hard thing. You don't need to know what's going on inside my head. You
But
don't
just
need
to
any
be
of those things.
sure, we
Yeah, they're
better-
like, okay, well, we'll bill this visit as an emergency appointment. I'm like, why? Why? It's a consultation for a service that my other dentist does not offer. Unbelievable.
Damn.
Side note-
So I waited.
Well, you
three-
still look
yeah,
beautiful.
so
I
I
didn't
waited
realize you
3
were.
months to wait another month for the temporary,
Mm.
whereas I should have just had it 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So, and now to get the implant, it's going to be $3,624.18.
Damn.
So
I've been rocking
yeah.
this temporary in the back of my mouth for a while,
Yeah.
and it just cracked on a Dorito. It was a fucking bummer.
Fucking
I
Dorito?
fucking loved Doritos too.
Now they're ruined.
I
Yeah.
don't eat them anymore.
Well, this front tooth, I got the crown 10 years ago, so it's inevitable. It's going to break eventually.
Yeah, mine's about on that
Yeah.
leg. So.
But I had a temporary in for like 2 months back then, and it busted off 3 times eating pizza every time.
pizza.
Yeah,
Fuck,
and I was
man.
like, I eat a lot of
If
pizza.
pizza
but
did
it
me
was like,
dirty,
it
I'd
was
be
like
so
weeks
bummed.
apart.
Yeah.
It kept happening, and then I finally got the permanent one in there. It lasted a long time,
Damn.
but yeah, it was just my insurance will cover a crown or a bridge, I should say, but then I lose 2 more teeth.
But then it's like what do they call it? It's not like it's like a choice that you're making, right?
Yeah.
Like a
So they
can't think of the
take this tooth and this tooth,
grind them down.
Cool.
Put a bridge on there.
Yeah.
Put posts in those 2 teeth.
And you got
in
3.
those roots, and now I've got 3 crowns in the front. And then 10 years from now, I'm going to have 5.
Sweet.
And then after that, I'm going to have full dentures.
What's
Then
up?
you're
I'm
gonna,
like,
and you're gonna be
30
Leonard
years,
Nimoy.
Yeah, 30 years from now, I'm not going to have any friggin' teeth. Or you could just
Maybe we won't
yeah.
need teeth by then.
Yeah.
Though. You know, we
Maybe.
just be, we'll
Yeah,
be downloaded.
yeah.
You ain't gotta worry about it.
Just
dentists will be
existential
obsolete.
Yeah, just download your consciousness into someone who has nice teeth.
All the dentists will be like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Here's a fun thing. Like, he's got really straight, nice teeth.
Yeah.
Brooks got very straight, nice teeth. A lot of people. My teeth, I said it over the weekend. I was just like, my teeth look like an old like picket fence, like that's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
But they're hard as rocks. I've
Still
never
standing, right?
Never had a cavity.
Damn.
Don't have tartar problems. I don't need to. I don't really have to floss because I don't. And they yell at me, but then I'm like,
You're like, bro.
they're like,
Well-
you need to floss. You need to floss.
Get in there,
When's
kid.
the last time you've
Get
been
in
in for?
there.
When's the last time you've been in for a cleaning? 3-4 years. Oh,
Oh.
okay. Well, you should floss.
Yeah, you should floss because we tell you to. Not
Yeah.
because it's based on any study ever. Did
I
you know that? Did you
well,
know about
no, we
that?
talked about it on
Yeah.
the show too.
Yeah, there has
man.
never been any study at all.
Just stab
about
yourself in the
efficacy of
mouth a
flossing.
few times.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. Like, it makes sense to get that crap out of there.
Yeah.
But if you go in for regular dental cleanings, you don't need to do it.
Yeah.
But I floss when I have stuff
If
stuck.
there's
in
a
my
big
teeth.
word in there, and that's
Yeah.
if.
So that being said, I hadn't
Yeah.
been to the dentist in 6 or 7 years.
Okay, I'm not
because
alone.
I didn't have insurance
Guess
and
we're
I couldn't pay
people.
for it. And I go in, and the dentist, he even said, he's like, for having not had a cleaning, I had four cavities total.
That's not bad.
And
ratio of cavities to teeth, that's pretty
yeah,
good.
all of them were like on the tops of molars.
Mhm.
So he's like, that's just what happens when you don't get the regular cleanings. He's like, in between the teeth is when you're not brushing, not flossing, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I brush my teeth twice a day. I'm not crazy about it, but I brush my teeth because I'm not a fucking gross person. But, I had 4 cavities, and that, I used to go back when my fucking dentist was stealing everybody's fucking money back when I was a teenager.
He used to
My
go to this
dentist went to
dentist.
jail.
You good? Get out of here, kid.
Yeah, my dentist went to jail.
15 cavities
Yeah.
for you. Next.
He used to do unnecessary cavity fillings.
You better come next week.
Yeah. Then he would, when you did have a cavity, he would drill it out a little bit and then put a filling in so that 6 months later you'd be like, my tooth kind of hurts. Oh, you need a root canal now.
Oh, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Not
so,
cool.
So this front tooth was originally a cavity that
Give
he
you a root
filled.
canal on the front tooth?
Yep, and that's what turned into this. And then my back crown, that was from him too. He had gone out of business. I didn't realize it was because he went to jail.
I'm taking all y'all
Yeah.
bitches with me.
And then I go to my new
Every
dentist.
mouth is going down.
I go to my new dentist, and she's like, I don't touch any of his work. I can't. So she sent me to a surgeon
Got a
to
box
get
of
that
rocks.
crown done.
Oh, damn.
So then, as it turns out, like, I go back in. I was like, that was fucking expensive. And she's like, yeah, well, I'm not touching any of his work. So I was like, why? And then she goes on to tell me, she's like, you didn't hear it from me, and I won't give out her name. She goes, you didn't hear it from me, but your old dentist, I can't remember his name. I would give it out if I could. She's like, he is in prison right now.
Dr.
No.
Alan
Yeah.
Feinstein?
Maybe. Yeah.
That might be it.
She goes, he is in prison right
Bad
now.
you-
And I
bad
was
Dr.
like,
Allen.
really? What the fuck happened? And she said that he had a lot of debt. Like, apparently he had either a drug or gambling problem. And he also was banging 3 or 4 of his employees.
He had some fillings.
2 of which he was supporting them financially, like paying for their apartments, and he was married.
Oh.
So he was doing this stuff to keep his head above water.
We all make mistakes.
And I'm like, in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, that's true.
You're a glass is half full kind of guy.
But I'm like, in hindsight, like
I said
going
that's
in
plural,
there,
right? Plural mistakes.
Going in there, I was like 13 years old. I didn't mind going to the dentist because he only had young girls working for him, like in their mid-20s, attractive.
Who wouldn't want to go?
Hygienists.
Yeah.
And it would
You
be
sure
like
I don't
5
have
or
any
6
cavities? I better come
Yeah.
back tomorrow.
But I would go in there and it'd just be like, so you got 4 cavities. I'm like, fuck. Like, what am I doing? You know, I
Start
come in here
smashing
every
your
6
teeth
months.
out with a hammer just to go to the
Fuck,
doctor.
dude.
It's like,
Damn, I can't believe you got done like that.
Yeah, so like I never
Can
got
I get
anything.
the blonde one
but
this
there
week?
was a class action lawsuit against him.
Yeah.
And because of the class action lawsuit, they started investigating. And then they found enough proof that he was fraudulently, because it wasn't.
Damn,
I don't
I mean,
even think he went to jail for for the shit that he did to people.
Yeah.
I think he went to jail for fraud because he
the-
was billing things that he never did.
Damn. So
Yeah.
it's not even like you could get a kickback on that, or like
Yeah.
at least pay for your
I
stuff.
looked into it when I found out about it and contacted whoever did the class action suit, and they just said like basically you need to prove it, and it's impossible at this point. So, yeah. So yeah, that's my dental update. So hopefully I will have a tooth in a month, at least a temporary, and I'm going to start the process for the permanent replacement, which is kind of weird and gross because they put a piece of cow bone in your head.
Okay.
Yeah. To create an artificial root, and then that takes 3 months to set, and then they post crown, and you're done.
And for anybody keeping score, Dr. Alan Feinstein was the main character in the horror movie The Dentist.
Okay, so
played
that wasn't him.
masterfully
Yeah.
by Corbin Burnson.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's a solid movie. I think everybody should see
So
it.
you just
Check it out.
you just wanted to see if I was like, yeah, that was him.
you kind of were.
It was a
I was
setup.
like, that could be. I mean, it's a Jewish name. He was a Jewish guy. I don't know.
Yeah. And
Have you seen The Dentist? Like the movie or the person?
now I gotta,
The answer
now
is
I gotta
no for
see it
both.
now.
So easy one.
I can't. I'm gonna listen back to this episode because I want to see how fast, like, we're talking.
Send it.
If it's ramped up at all. I don't know. I know I'm stumbling over my words, so I'm a little shaky.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch of coffee already all day.
Yeah, I only
Charged
had-
up.
I'm
I
home.
only had one cup.
I'm on a
doing-
happy balance of caffeine, water, and some alcohol.
And a fun side note: your Rwandan goes perfect with bourbon.
Good. That's what I'm saying.
goes really
That's
well.
Very alcohol appropriate coffees here at Poughkeepsie Grind.
So yeah, man, we've been doing.
I don't
this for-
serve booze. Sneak them in.
Well, you could allow people to drink in your establishment.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about, sir.
That's totally legal.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You can just bring
Like
in
a
a bottle. and
BYOB?
just
Yeah,
be
you've
like,
never been
say,
to a
"Hey."
restaurant that doesn't have a liquor license?
I
They
still
allow
think you
to-
need a permit for that,
No,
though.
I see
No.
Yeah.
I see a restaurant
No, they do
without
it
a
in dry
liquor
counties
license,
all
and
the
I
time.
promptly go the
Huh.
other way.
Yeah, there was a
Probably go to
Mexican
another
place on Route
establishment.
9 that didn't have one, and they just invite you to bring in whatever.
You know, when I moved here, I didn't know you could drink on the train. So
Oh
openly.
yeah.
How
And
dangerous
you're like
is that
you're like
shit?
trying to hide it. You're like trying to hide it, thinking you're gonna get in trouble, and the guy
Oh
just
my
does not
God.
care at all.
That is a wild ride.
Yeah.
When I was going to school down in the city, I'd take my
Mickey's, baby.
yeah, I'd be walking. You know, the first, like, I don't know, couple weeks I was there, I'm walking in the train and I see these bar carts, and I'm like, and they're right in the station on
Yeah.
the way into to your respective train, and I'm like, what the? Can I just get a gin and tonic?
Yes.
Go? And then I got one, and I took my train home, and then it was like, can I have two?
Yeah,
And
I
then
ran
it was,
out within 10 minutes.
Can I have a gin and tonic and 2 Coronas?
Yes.
And
What else?
You know what? Make it 2 gin and tonics and 2
So
Coronas. I'll put
that'll
them in
be
my
Would you
back
like a
pocket.
carrier?
And by the time I'm in Poughkeepsie, I'm like, drooling on the
man.
guy next to me. Fucked up. Now I got to drive home.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And then a black,
amazing.
and
Yeah,
a black and white cookie
I like
from
to,
Junior's.
I like to pregame going to shows down in the city. I think we talked about this last week, the
Absolutely.
week before.
Oh yeah,
Just
we've talked.
overdo it on the train.
You
And
should never go to a show sober.
yeah,
Unless it's a straight edge show, then maybe don't.
yeah. Don't
But,
don't go to that.
But that's an amazing lifestyle that I never knew about. I'm from upstate New York, so when I moved down to here, I was like so happy to be on the metro and be part of the peripheral New York City crowd. or
Where
whatever.
Paying
upstate-
ridiculous taxes that for some reason go through the DMV because they want to tax people that don't own homes.
Yeah, you
to
know, small
support the
business owners
MTA.
carrying that tax burden too. Gosh,
Yeah,
thank you.
fucking MTA.
But, I'm from Amsterdam, New York, originally. Past
Amsterdam,
Albany.
outside of Coxsackie.
That's up there.
Yeah, we used to have a transmitter site up there. That drive fucking sucks.
Gloversville, Johnstown.
Yes, that was it.
Amsterdam, baby.
Yep. I worked on an AM station in Johnstown. We dug a 200 and some odd foot trench from
a radio tower.
The studios to the radio tower, ran new line, PVC piping and everything like that, and it rained every day we did it.
Damn.
Did you actually have to dig, or did they contract somebody?
We actually had to dig.
You're a radio
dig, puppet.
engineer.
We rented a fucking backhoe and dug it like
Wow.
savages.
Yeah, that's
Like-
that doesn't seem like it's in your job description.
It's not.
It says inputs and outputs. I don't think this qualifies as output.
At Toyota, when they started telling me I had to start cleaning the bathrooms, I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, what do you mean you're not doing that? I was like, I'm a mechanic. If I wanted to clean bathrooms, I'd be working at Starbucks. 5 years later, I'm working at a Starbucks.
No.
I had to replace my bathroom floor last couple weekends, and I was like, man, this is not what I signed up for.
At the shop?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I just wanted to sell coffee and make a couple egg sandwiches, be humble. Now I'm like arm deep in this hole in the ground.
You're the plumber, the flooring guy,
damn,
you're the
dude.
network specialist, the IT guy.
all of
yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
I'm
It's
HR.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was snaking a pipe last night, and I'm like,
That's not my job.
I
I
can't
got a
wait,
landlord for that
can't
one.
wait until I don't have to do these things. And it wasn't even that hard. It was just like, I don't want to do this. It's gross.
I go into
And it wasn't even like a sewer pipe. It was for the washer.
Mhm.
So it was just drier. It was just
That's not
lint
bad.
in
Yeah.
there. But it's lint that's been rotting for 10 years.
Mhm.
It was disgusting.
Hey, Adam, you remember me?
Yeah.
Missed you.
But it's finally fixed.
Missed you so much.
We used to be so close, literally.
I was on you.
Well, it was getting to the. It was getting to the.
You don't touch me like you used to.
Hey.
Yeah, it was getting to the
Landing
point where
windows.
it was getting to the point where every time I ran the washer, a gallon of water would come out of the indirect onto the floor. Like it would drain for like a minute and then it would overflow.
Yeah.
It's like the sink at work. Yeah. So I finally did it. And I finally did it because Amy was like, I need this done, and I need this done a month ago. So I finally did it.
tomorrow.
I walk in
or no?
It's like
Yeah.
going in a house, man. Same thing. I
Yeah.
went
It-
into Davies
like-
today. They're like, "What now?" I'm like, "It's the same project. They just need new shit."
It's fun. I mean, you can't even let them sit there for that long because it's like I can't let people go to that, use that. You know, it's like it has to be done. So
Yeah.
So it was fun. You know, chalk it up to a learning thing. Watch a couple YouTube videos. All of a sudden, you got a fancy new bathroom floor.
God, YouTube is the
Bless
fucking
you, YouTube.
best
Shout
for
out
home
to-
projects.
I
Oh,
showed
God.
you that
Oil,
video that I just did.
ever.
I learned how to do all of that in the past 2 weeks on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like
awesome.
I'm sure I don't know if Lou's listening, but I was just like, he goes, "Can you do this?" And I was like, "YouTube will show me how." Yeah.
I could.
Yeah, I was like,
In
if
time.
someone out there in the world can do it, it's on YouTube and I'll figure it out.
Yep.
Has anyone ever changed the front bumper on a 2008 Volkswagen Touareg? Let's see.
I have.
I have as
Yeah,
well.
it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, you know.
But here's the
Try doing a timing belt
no.
on a Jetta.
You can stop right
You have
there.
to take the entire front end of the car off.
I know you do.
here's the
Fuck that car company.
Here's the pitfall.
Fuck them.
And I'll
We love
demonstrate
you.
for the people watching at home. You get the videos where you're watching them and the guy's doing everything from he's just like and it's an echo, so it sounds like this. It's like, "Hi. I'm Hudson Valley Hank. I'm here to teach you how to redo your floors." Now, the first thing you want to do, and then they go into like a fucking soliloquy about how they started
Ooh,
in the business.
That's
and
$100 word for you.
Soliloquy.
They for how they've
spell
been.
that real quick?
I've been no.
Did you use it in a sentence? You
Well,
just
he
did.
just did. And he used it correctly.
It's true.
So-
but I would also love for you to define the word.
Bravo.
I know it's got something to do with a kind of a summary type something or other. Don't put me on the spot. I used a good word.
Damn it.
And you used it right. So I just needed to tear you down a little bit.
I
but
know
well
how
done.
to use it.
Yeah.
No, but you get you're watching this video. I wanted to know what the best grit of sandpaper to sand polyurethane in between your second, third, whatever, how many coats you're doing.
Right.
And it's like I click on this one because it's at the top of the list and it's got a shitload of views. I click on it, I'm watching it, and I look at the bar that's 10 minutes long. And I'm like, holy shit. This is a 2-minute conversation. I don't need 10 minutes of this. And this guy was just going
150
on
grit.
and on and
Next
on.
question.
he was just like, well, I like to use 400 grit, then 600, and then 800. I'm like, do those exist?
Can I get those at Home Depot? Because I don't.
I went to Davies. They don't exist.
Yeah, definitely
They
not.
definitely
Davies.
exist, but not so much in like the home improvement
Yeah,
sense.
we
like
were
that,
running
Michael's?
like
Is that like a
800
Michael's?
800
You
grit.
gotta go to
Fuck,
Michael's.
bro.
Well,
I
but
don't
like
know.
800 grit would be like what you use on a car.
Yeah, it's like a
Like a dry-
a
like a
towel.
wet sand or
super,
whatever?
super fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, 400 is probably going to be the finest that you're going to use.
I've used 220, and I don't like it because it digs a little
Jesus
bit
Christ,
too deep.
This is so boring.
And I'm just saying.
No, it's fine. Let's go with it. I want to continue the
I
conversation.
used 320, and it
there are
works
people.
wonderfully.
There are people going, I don't.
Who knew Dead Radio
Yes.
worked for carpentry? Who knew?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you.
We're just
I mean,
hobbyists,
I'm not
alright?
really helping. We've done
Yeah.
almost a 2-hour podcast, and
If
you
you've
have to
made it
wait
this
to the
far-
end for the for the sanding
Information
for the Sanding
section.
dips.
So Michael Bleakley is checking in.
Oh, is
and he said that we are not as slurring as we usually are. So
Yeah, because we're just drinking coffee,
Yeah.
and we're like,
yeah, I got PBRs tonight.
that's where soliloquy
So here, we'll
came
just
from.
yeah.
My mind isn't numb.
It was fun.
All right, so I'm also drinking PBRs because I'm trying not to get so shitty. Because the last, let's go with 3 since the 200th have all been shit shows. Not shit shows, but a shit show.
Yeah.
Because the 200th.
You earned it, man.
Yeah, we,
you know?
I mean, we drank 2 full bottles of bourbon between 4 people.
Damn.
And then it's just been a trend since then. I'm just like, well, I can't walk it back.
They were expecting this.
You
My
know?
fans.
But when you just get like, have you listened to the last couple episodes? No, I haven't.
You should.
Yeah.
Just try.
So dialing it back a little bit tonight. Came here not on an empty stomach, which was a good idea.
Same, yeah. I made
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I also have the acid reflux.
I have
So-
colitis.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I got to stay away from the acid, hot
Yeah.
sauce, tomatoes.
Yeah.
So I take medication so that I can continue to drink coffee.
I should take medication.
Yeah,
That's
bad
Meprazole,
shit,
man.
man.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colitis
But I
is
do.
no
I try to
fun.
eat well now. It's been a eye opener. We'll say that.
That's what they initially thought I had was colitis, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh shit!" And then they were like, "Oh, it's actually celiac, which is not nearly as bad." I went, "Oh, cool, but
Oh,
you
it
could
seems
still
way
die.
worse,
Of
though.
you could still die though." And
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
"Oh,
you can
oh,
have
sweet,
bread
I'm
on
good."
colitis. I'd rather have colitis and fucking drink beer and eat bread.
Yeah, you shouldn't though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Colitis is
Yeah.
like it's not like it just flares up.
Yeah.
and you have to stay away. Like,
Remember me? Like, no.
yeah, it'll happen no matter what you do. You
Yeah.
can just keep it at bay by regulating your diet longer.
Yeah.
But with
what
me,
kind
I
of
just
things do you need to avoid acids and stuff?
Yeah, like so I try to really dilute as much coffee as I'm drinking with some water here, which I'm
Like
not
whiskey.
Yeah, you know, a little bit. But I try
but
to have like
you could have like a delicious crusty loaf of gluteny bread, right?
Yeah, I still have some bread.
Yeah,
from time
I'd
to
take
time.
colitis. Absolutely. I would give up all acidic food.
Well, I spot's next to a pizza place.
Yeah.
I shouldn't eat that shit. But
We had a party a couple weeks ago, and I made challah bread, and I'm just like eating it like as sexy as possible in front of him. Just like, oh, look at that.
Have you tried this challah bread?
Do you see how squishy it is?
Look
It's
at the-
springy? That's gluten that does that.
it really doesn't bother me as much as you hope it does. It's just like it's been so long.
It's
that
funny
it
to
just
me,
rolls.
and it's got to be because it's been so long. You're probably just like, yeah,
Yeah,
I wish I
of
could
course.
eat that,
Yeah,
but what are you
sure.
gonna do?
Pizza, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
It's whatever.
but I mean the first
We could all
the
do
first
better.
couple of years,
Fucking food pyramid.
the first couple of years, man, it was just like, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, it gets
It's
beer.
tough.
Beer was
Yeah,
the big
and it
one.
was also like you'd come over my house and be like, yeah, dude. Can't wait for you to try the wings. I marinated them in beer and hot sauce. He's like, I can't eat those. I'm like, oh,
Sweet.
fuck.
Cool. Was it gluten-free beer and whiskey?
There wasn't even gluten-free beer at that point. There was 2 options.
Yeah. I
it was,
Yeah, I think there was like Red Bridge and Omission were the the first.
New Grist
New
was the other one
Grist,
too.
yeah.
Omission came a little later.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was doing a good job for a while. I still am doing great not keeping alcohol in the house so much because if I did, I would be gone.
That's my thing too.
You know.
It's like if it's there, it's going to be gone. So I
Yeah.
just need to just go, I'm not going to buy it until I'm going to drink it.
The
But I'm actually been a lot better with beers. Like there's been the like Ithaca Flower Power. I had 4 out of a 6-pack a few days ago. There's still
Sorry, I
2
gotta get
sitting
sorry
there.
about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was out in a restaurant, and we just got married. It was the day after my wedding, and we go to this. My sister got us this stay at a spa, and we go to this restaurant outside of Tannersville, Emerson Resort. Check it out; it's amazing.
Yeah. They were
yeah,
one of my clients.
And
Yeah,
I went to this restaurant around the corner, and this guy is like he's first off listening into our conversation, and then leans in. He goes, "I can't help but overhearing your selections for your dinner. Can I suggest a local IPA?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker, I'm from here. Like, no, you can't." He's like, "Have you tried the Ithaca Flower Power?" I'm like, "This isn't even Ithaca. Like,
yeah, that's not local.
that's
at
not
all.
local."
Ithaca's like
hours
3.5
away from
hours
there.
away.
So I'm like, he's like, "We're from Brooklyn, and we've got like a blog." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, dude." Like,
Really?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course you are.
And I'm like, dude, I'm like, A, not Ithaca, not local, and B, I've had Flower Power for like the past 5
Yeah.
years, so
Yeah.
It's one of my
But
favorite.
thank you.
It's one of my favorite beers for
It's a-
sure.
it's
but
a great
fuck
beer.
that guy. Fuck that guy.
But
that
I was
guy's
just
an
like,
asshole.
every time I hear Flower Power, and I'm like, that fucking guy.
But if he just if he wasn't such a douchebag about
one
it, it
pretentious
would have been
asshole
fine.
from Brooklyn
Like if he
ruined
said,
Flower Power.
If he said,
for
If he was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
man, have you tried
Have you
Flower
tried
Power?"
Flower
I'd be like,
Power?
"Hell yeah, bro,
Yeah.
amazing, give me a pound."
yeah, and then that would have been the end
And
of the
I would have bought him a
conversation.
beer.
Yeah.
but no.
But he had to be a fucking douchebag about
He
it.
went left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like seeing a guy wearing a T-shirt of a band that you really like. You know,
yeah, and then you like.
he pointed out, "Yeah, fuck yeah," and that's it. That's the end of it. That's
yeah.
the end of it.
I could see you if you were at a certain level of inebriation, not necessarily alcohol, but maybe something else that you'd never do.
Yeah.
Just talking someone's ear off about something, and if they weren't like obvious, specifically the music thing.
Oh,
Like if you saw somebody wearing like an old Soundgarden shirt,
Ooh.
you could talk to that guy for 3.5 hours,
probably
depending on how involved he wanted to be in the conversation.
right.
And I love picturing, when you get the person that doesn't know that no one wants to talk to them. I love the idea of you not realizing that maybe that person doesn't want to talk to you because you're pretty self-aware about those things.
You're
But
gonna
I could
listen.
I could see you.
You're gonna learn
I
about
could see you being
Soundgarden
a little
today.
You gonna
Dude.
learn today.
So because sometimes he'll go down a rabbit hole and it'll be like, so the drummer from that band, his wife is in this other band.
Whose side
whose
project?
side project is also related to this other band,
And
they broke up, and the lead singer killed himself, and that guy's
But I met their sound guy one
Yeah.
time.
and
it's like, and you should definitely, well, you'd actually hate this, so don't check it out. But there's this awesome.
I'm pretty good at like I start down that road and then I kind of go, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm being a
but
nerd.
But when you're a little bit,
oh yeah, when I'm
fucked
a
up,
little goofy, I
Yeah.
go way down the rabbit hole.
That's
but
cool. I'm a big
it's-
music guy. I love
yeah,
that shit.
Well, especially because like
Favorite band?
that. Well, I was gonna say.
Can I get a
that you're-
genre?
I was
No,
gonna
that's
say,
a that's a good. That's
I was
perfect.
gonna say that you're a bit of a savant in that area.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No, I
that-
understand where you were
it's
going. Yeah.
it is a compliment, but I also like to picture the person who's like, I don't fucking want to talk to this guy about this anymore.
I feel like I'm not gonna.
You gonna pick a band?
I'm gonna try and pinpoint your genre here.
Okay.
And you said you didn't like emo, so that I already.
I only mentioned emo. I didn't say I
You
liked it.
mentioned emo. Oh God. Okay, so I'm
You had
thinking.
a whiny
all right,
comment,
so
that's
all right. So I'm thinking like quicksand, kind of like post-hardcore type stuff.
Yeah, post-hardcore. That's
There you
pretty
go.
good stuff.
Boom.
Nice.
I win.
Yeah. Well done.
Like Madball and.
I played with Madball one time.
No,
actually.
you did not!
Yeah, way back. Saratoga Winners, if anybody remembers that venue outside of Clifton Park, the owner actually burned it down and tried to claim that it was
Yeah,
El
electrical fire.
Natural, but it wasn't. Great
What was the
venue.
name of your band?
I really feel like I could burn down a place and get away with it.
What was the name of your band?
I really do.
Are we? Is this it?
No,
no.
Name of your band.
No Second Chances was the name of my band back in the
okay.
day. But yeah, shout outs to you guys. We grew up listening to like Poison the Well.
Oh God.
All sorts
Yeah,
of
this
that
is
shit.
this is not my lane.
No, I mean Nirvana, all that stuff growing up, radio, like 90s grunge.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
we're
much my
we're
shit.
big
That
into
was our thing.
grunge.
But when
Just bought a great Bush record. I'm excited about spinning. That's fine.
Bush, as in
the band, 16 Stone.
Oh, you just bought that record?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You just bought that?
Well,
like it's not.
They had Dark Side had a
it's not-
sale on a Razor Blade Suitcase.
It's
so I was
fine.
like, oh,
Yeah,
That's a great record.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
fine.
like it's not in your giant 360 CD book.
Oh, we retired that.
Yeah,
She's gone.
I still got mine.
I'm the vinyl.
The only thing that's in it is the ones that I don't have the cases for anymore. Yeah.
I got bit by the vinyl bug pretty hard.
Me too. Well, no.
No?
I've been listening to vinyl since before I had a CD player.
Okay.
So,
So you introduced
yeah.
the vinyl bug.
No, I inherited all my dad's records.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't yet.
Yeah,
but I'm waiting on it.
I would say I was listening to vinyl when we were transitioning into from cassette to CD.
All right. I was raised on like
Yeah.
folk, like Crosby, Stills, Nash,
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. Like my dad was into like the female rockers, Pat Benatar, Joan Jett. My mom was like,
no, thank you.
More like the Def Leppard, you know.
Oof. Yeah.
Clapton, Dire Straits, shit like that.
See, my dad was into Clapton and Dire Straits and all. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've got all like my dad's old Doors records, a lot of Fleetwood Mac stuff.
Yeah,
like
people
that.
when people come to the coffee shop, they're like, "Wow, you guys have a crazy diverse, music style." And I'm like, some days it's common radio, which is the cleanest rap I could get, and on other days it's Van Halen, or some days it's emo. Fuck it.
I just always
I need Tanner to give me full control over our Pandora stations and let me
Tanner,
just
we're here.
wipe the slate clean of all the stuff except for you can call me Al. That's a good
Thank you.
station. Pixies
Sylvan
need-
Esso.
Pixies needs to be deleted and started over.
Yes.
Because at a certain point, people started thumbs up and thumbs downing things, and it changed. Because
You got to be careful with the
everybody used to
Pandora
love it.
guys.
Well, here's what happened. It went Pixies, and then you started thumbsing up grunge stuff.
And
so
turned-
then
it turned into 90s grunge radio.
Yeah, and we can't do that because Pixies is East Coast alternative
So
rock
we
from
should-
the 90s. You got to
we should-
stick with that.
Well,
the Yeahs.
Yeah.
The fucking
Brooklyn.
So
Queens of the
let's just,
Stone Age.
let's just delete it and start
Sitting
it
there.
over.
Yeah.
Because it was so
Interpol
good.
makes a good radio
Interpol.
station.
Yep. It used to play a ton of that. Like, Interpol was playing, and a customer was just like, "Is this somebody's iPod?" And I was like, "No, it's Pandora." He's like, "Really? Who made this station?" I was like, "Well, I did."
I picked the one artist, and you're welcome.
Yeah. I was like, "But it's based off the Pixies." I seriously had like whatever that one song is from Fight Club that everybody knows.
Where's my mind?
Where's my mind?
Yeah.
I had it stuck in my head, and I was
See,
like,
that
I bet
beat
you
me.
the Pixies would be a good
shit.
state because we were constantly fighting over the radio
Yeah.
at work because he and I would just listen to the 90s grunge station.
Even I
and
got
it would
tired
be
of
playing.
that.
It would seriously Rage Against the Machine screaming, "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me."
Fuck you, I
at
won't do what you
7
tell
in the
me.
morning. Yeah,
I came to work.
Yeah, it was a problem. So
But if it was up to
once I
me-
did that, I
It
was
wasn't
like,
Kim
oh
by
shit! Like
Eminem,
everybody
though.
kind of was like, no, this is fine. This is a good compromise. And now it's
Compromise
just
for
turned,
what was the other option?
fucking.
What did they have?
So the
David
mix.
Gray
There was a David
and-
Gray radio station. There was the worst one was the one.
I mean,
Julia
don't get me wrong. I
liked.
love
The,
Rage, Zach De La Rocha, all day.
Talking Heads.
Not Talking Heads. I don't like the Talking Heads station, but that one was fine. If you put that on, I was okay with it. It was the
That's got to get weird. Electric
Iron
Light
and Wine?
Orchestra.
fuck
Ooh,
that
no,
station.
please no.
That wasn't
Hard
it.
no.
That wasn't the issue. It was the
worst.
um,
Right? I mean, they're not bad. They're just like, oh,
It's,
God,
you
I'm
know,
so tired. They're the Drake.
If I hear "Boy with a Coin" one more time,
they're, the,
Yeah, I can't think
they're
of the
like
name
Drake
of the
to
station.
me. Like when I hear Drake, it's like,
You
here,
used to
nap
call
time.
me.
Ugh, he's the
you
worst.
used to.
We're
I'm gonna
just-
get it. I'm gonna get it. Hang on.
We're past. We're
We've degraded really fast.
yeah, we're actually like where we need to do this.
All right.
We're trying to keep these shows under 2 hours. It just doesn't happen.
Hey, man.
It's very
Yeah.
difficult when you're having decent conversation. But yeah, man, I could talk about music all goddamn night, but we were supposed to be talking about coffee.
We did.
We did
For a long time.
for a while.
And then we added
The
booze to it.
Smiths.
Oh, the
Smiths.
Smith stations. Fuck, I like that. That Pandora station made me realize how much I dislike them.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
not,
just can't get into
it's not
it.
for
He sounds
everyday
like a
use.
douche.
Too
Douchey
goddamn
Muppet.
sad all the time.
Yeah. So that was a big sticking point.
Mm.
And then the Pixie station,
Boney
I
Bear.
put that on there. People were. Yeah.
If it were up to me, we'd be playing the Melvins and Helmet and Quicksand and fucking Faith No More and Queens of the Stone Age, and that's what we'd be.
We put on the. We're obsessed with the song "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon because it's the greatest song ever created.
Okay. Statistically, the greatest song ever written.
I mean, it's just a fact.
Don't play Simon and Garfunkel radio. Go down a dark hole. Only on rainy days.
So I started a radio station that's just based on "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon, and it wasn't like, forget about the baristas. I would put it on, and there'd be 18 to 22-year-old Vassar students fucking bopping their heads to everything.
I know this
because it's like it's the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack with a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
It's
Tequila.
Harry Belafonte. That song Tequila. A couple like Kinks stuff, some like Guardians of the Galaxy shit, and Danny Elfman music too.
Yeah.
Like Oingo Boingo shows up once in a while. It's just like, nice.
Yeah, it's because of the Harry Belafonte stuff on the Beetlejuice soundtrack. It also winds up playing the Ghostbusters theme.
Oh yeah, Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah. All right.
It's great. The other day, I was thinking, well, a metal version of Ghostbusters would be pretty
Everything's
cool.
a metal version of the Poughkeepsie
And it would
Grind,
be-
man. Me and my barista go back and forth. Like, this would be great as a breakdown. Right here.
So, so what you need to do is you need to. Well, we talked about. We talked about Womb of Nations doing a version of that.
Oh yeah.
So I want to call it like Ghostbusters theme, and then in parentheses it'd be "Bustin' makes me feel good."
Nice.
That's what I want. For this hypothetical project that we're going to do with a band that I haven't even asked them if they want to play it.
Start it up.
Yeah.
Get the Craigslist ads rolling.
Oh shit. Well, we had a wonderful time.
It was a good time.
We didn't get
Thank
drunk
you.
enough to do a lot of titles, so we
It's,
only have 2 to choose from.
Yeah, I got one. I got a
got
couple.
one?
I got one here. But real quick, let's do first the Poughkeepsie Grind. Check out illuminatedcoffee.com or grindpoughkeepsie.com. Also at Grind Poughkeepsie on Facebook and at Grind Poughkeepsie on Instagram. 107 Main Street in Poughkeepsie, 845-345-9588. And also, real quick, Brody Stevens, West Coast comedian, who I was a pretty decent fan of. He passed away this past weekend.
Dang.
Hung himself. It's kind of sad because
Dang, Brody. I'm sorry, bud.
I don't know if you know comedians at all, Brody Stevens.
I like comedians, but I don't know this one.
He was a fucking he's a strange bird, man, but he's a funny fucking bastard.
Dude.
And
No,
it's
it's
a
too
real
bad.
shame because he was very
Yeah,
misunderstood.
since you told me about that, I was looking into his stuff. He's very, very funny.
Goddamn hilarious.
I'm going to check them out.
Yeah.
818 until I die. This is a real strange guy.
Way to bring the show down.
Quite the area code. I'm going to have to Google that.
All right, what do you got for titles?
I just have What's Your Gross?
I have what's
Show me your gross.
going to be the winner is going to be a Venti turf war.
I said a
Which would be-
Venti-sized turf war.
A
Venti-sized
Venti-sized
turf war.
turf war.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just-
Venti soy turf war.
and then maybe in 10 years we won't need teeth. I like both of those, but I think a Venti-sized turf war
Yeah.
is the
Yeah,
winner.
that's got to be it.
It's
man.
clutch.
And just for you, just if you want to have fun, if somebody orders a soy vanilla latte, that's a 3-bean soup.
3-bean soup.
Yeah.
Heard.
Just have fun
Coffee,
with
soybeans, vanilla
Vanilla
beans.
beans.
Got
Yeah.
it. Got it.
just have fun with your customers.
Yeah,
It gets a
dude.
good laugh, and then it gets old real fast.
Yeah, you stopped doing it pretty quick.
I gotta-
Oh yeah,
I gotta catch
I
this
only,
train.
I only
Stop
used it for
fucking
like a
with
couple
me.
weeks, and then I was like, I gotta be done
Yeah.
with this.
So we have to thank a meme that I randomly found on Instagram for that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that what
That's
that was
where
from? I
found it
thought you
from,
just
yeah.
figured it out.
No,
one day.
no. I can't take credit for that. That
Oh.
was, yeah. It was seriously. It was a picture of a latte, and it just said like a vanilla soy latte is actually a 3-bean soup.
Touche. Touche, internet.
Yeah. Good job.
All right, so yeah, we did it.
All right. I have to pee really bad.
Thank you,
so-
gentlemen.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun,
I
man.
appreciate it.
I love
Yeah.
talking about coffee. It's become a lifestyle.
It is.
It's
More
much
of a lifestyle.
It's much. It's
Live by the bean, die by the bean.
It's much better than being a radio engineer. You can quote me on that shit.
Yeah, almost as lucrative. All right,
So
I'm
yeah,
gonna go pee. So goodbye, everyone. Godspeed.
next week we're gonna have Skate 4-5. We talked about them a little bit earlier. They're a local skate shop. We're gonna be talking about skateboarding and shit. And I'm gonna be sitting here politely being quiet.
Do it.
Because I know shit about it.
Skate or die.
I'm a former rollerblader. Take that as
Just delete everything I've said for the past 2 hours. I don't know you. Never saw you before.
I just don't get the hatred. I don't know.
It's like
It's
too many wheels, bro.
When I was in
Too
high
many
school
wheels.
too. I was like, oh cool, there's a skate park. I rollerblade. You just stay home.
You go over there.
You're not allowed to.
Have
come
you tried
in
the
here.
parking
Why
lot?
not?
It's great.
What did I do? I'm just trying to have fun. All right, man.
shit.
Thank you so much, man. It was a lot of
No
fun.
problem. Thank you.
Illuminated Coffee Company at the Poughkeepsie Grind. They're one and the same. Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Drink it.
Drink it. Drink it down.